right, what's going on, family? Just give me a second. Let me go ahead and get set up. Just give me 1 second. All right. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, family? I'm streaming a little bit on Instagram too, so y'all give me a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. All right, let's get that done. All right. Okay. All right, so all right, fam, give me a second. Hold on for 1 second. All right. All right. So, peace and shalom, family. It's DivineProspect, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. We are live. We're dual streaming. We're on Instagram right here, as well as YouTube, family. Want to say shout out to the Bantu Negro, is the Hebrew of Israel. Shalom. Gartrell McKinney. Shalom. Kevin Scott. Shalom. Otis Miller. Shalom. Sean Fleming. What's going on? Shout out to Mr. E's Remedies and Mr. E's Hair Care and Restoration. Go ahead and Google that and go ahead and patronize our brother. Make some really good multivitamin products as well as other products as well. Shalom to Mo Valley Boy, G2G Refugee. What's going on? Shout out to Furious Black and Amin Yahuda. Shalom in Instagram land. Queen Bianca Brooks. Hello to you as well. All right. So, family, we're about to get started. So, if y'all want, my sister Shantina building, what's going on? Seth Moyana, what's going on, bro? What's going on? So y'all up in here. The Bantu, yes, I think we did see your emails. I got to take some time and go through it. So don't think I forgot about you. It's just I got to get some things off my plate first. Take some time. Good thing is like around this time of the year, things start to slow down for me, and I have that time there, Chris. Don't know, something's going on with my phone. For some reason, I can't call out, and I can't send messages out to you. I'm glad you joined in. You're going to have to call me tomorrow sometime. I think I could receive calls. I received 1 or 2 of them. It was fine. But for some reason, I'm having an issue making calls out. So just give me a call tomorrow. All right. We'll take care of that. Shout out to Kimberly C in the building. Virtue. Matthew Yahoo, Ben Israel. What's going on? Yeah, I got you, Bantu, no doubt. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, family. Roderick Crawford, what's going on? What's up? What's up? All right, let's go ahead and get started with tonight's show. Okay. So let me go over a couple of things real quick, and then I'll do the usual Q&A. This is our Saturday. You normally do like Saturday Night Live. That's pretty much what this is, but it's a Saturday check-in session. We're just doing a check-in, giving you some updates on some things, maybe taking a couple of questions and logging off. The Saturday Night Live shows is more extended. So that's the difference between the two. But nonetheless, we're going to have some fun. Okay. All right. So, the first thing that I want to address with y'all. So remember, at KHM, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, we also have subsidiaries. One of our subsidiaries is called Jubilee Manumission, and that is a debt elimination program. Okay. Now, due to the generous donations that we receive at KHM, some of those donations are apportioned to our Jubilee Manumission services, so that way we can provide free assessments and free consultations. Pretty much get everything you need in a consultation. But if you want us to process paperwork for you instead of you doing it on your own, then that's the only part that you do pay for, right? But the assessment and consultation is normally like $100. But we get enough donations that we take care of that fee, and that fee is waived. It's the same thing now with our consultation services. We do an assessment, and we do a consultation for our naturopathic health consultation services called Naturopathic Eden. So big shout out to everybody that donates to KHM Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. Y'all make these things possible for other people, man. You don't understand how much your donations is helping other people in the community get access to certain things, and enables us to do a lot of things that we otherwise could not do without your donations, without our Patreon family. Shout out to our Patreon family. I'm gonna get to y'all in 1 second. All right. So with that being said, we do debt elimination, right? So recently I helped 2 people remove derogatory remarks. And that's special for Patreon members, but I'm gonna get into that in 1 second. So what I did recently was there was a derogatory remark that was on my credit report, interestingly enough, and it was been lingering there for a while. I took some time getting to it, but I eventually got to it. And what I did was I sent out our personalized, customized letters, and we got the derogatory mark removed. Okay, it's no longer there. So when I say we eliminate, we actually do eliminate. So what I can do is show you guys a little bit of that, so you guys can see what it is that I'm talking about. I'm gonna let that roll there. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all real quick so y'all can see it on my screen. All right, so just hang tight. All right. So as you can see here, you're taking a look at my Credit Karma credit report for Equifax. So there was a derogatory mark in both Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Pretty much I'll give y'all the skinny on what occurred and what we did to actually get rid of it. Shout out to AOD 601 in the building. Shalom to you as well. So pretty much what occurred was I was at a apartment complex, nice apartment complex, right? That switched owners, right? And what happened was when I was at that apartment complex, we had paid for movers to come to move us out because we was moving somewhere else. And when the movers came in, one of the movers was removing our washer and dryer. And typically the washer and dryer needs to be unhooked. So that way all they're doing is moving the item. They're not really unfixing, taking something apart, breaking something down. They're not supposed to do that according to their policy, right? But one of the dudes that was working with the company, he was young, and I guess he didn't know the policy, so he made an attempt to unscrew it instead of alerting us and letting us know, like, hey, this needs to be unscrewed before we can take action. And upon doing that, he wound up breaking the pipe. Okay. When he broke the pipe, there was a serious leak that flooded that entire area, went into the living room. almost into the bedroom. I mean, it soaked almost the whole apartment, right? Which was really crazy. Now, typically with these moving companies, there's insurance, but I will never use this moving company again, because when I tried to file an insurance claim, they just dragged their feet so much so that it was so frustrating. I just said whatever, right? So what wound up happening was, upon moving out, they inspect the apartment. My credit was great. So when I moved into the complex, I didn't have to put a deposit down. So there was nothing to take anything from if there was any damages or anything needed to be done. So pretty much they did an assessment. They saw that there was some damages there, as well as other moving out fees, maintenance fees, or whatever the case may be. So typically, if I had the deposit, it would have covered it. But because I didn't have a deposit because my credit was good, they billed me for it. And they pretty much wound up billing me not just for the normal things, which should have been like $100, right? $150, which I don't care. I keep it maintenance, costs or whatever. But because of the water damage, they charged me $750, right? So I was a little bit upset over that. I mean, like I said, I was trying to get the insurance claim done through the moving company. And what was crazy was my rental insurance ended, I think it was like 2 days before I moved. It's so crazy, man. So I could not put a claim in through the insurance company that did my renter's insurance. So I was wound up stuck with this bill, and I was like, man, this is crazy, because this is not my fault. I shouldn't be having to pay for this. I should only have to pay for, pretty much the amount that that I owe, maintenance fees, stuff like that. Like, the fact that they gave me a hard time is crazy. So I wound up going to the office, speaking with them about it after they sent me the bill. And I said, all right, cool. What I'll do is I'm gonna put half of that down now, and then what I'm gonna do is in another week I'm gonna come and put them and give you the rest, right? So that's what I told them, right? And this was in $375, which I gave them. So when I went there and I spoke to the lady about half and half, we wound up negotiating, whatever I gave her. She said she would just settle it, right, with whatever I gave her. And I said, okay, cool, that sounds good. Write me a receipt, put your initials on it, make a little comment saying that it's been settled. I'm going to take a copy of the money order that I gave you, right? And then I'm going to keep this for my record. And she said, all right, cool, no problem. So tell me, like 2 weeks later, I wind up getting a collection notice from a third-party bill collector saying that I owe the entire $750 amount. I'm like, what? So that was kind of crazy. And it's crazy because this claim was put in some time ago. We talking about sometime last year, right? And they kept sending the notice to another address. So I wasn't getting, I think I got one notice from them, and I wasn't getting any other notices from them, right? And then recently, maybe about 2 months ago, the address that they sent it to, alerted me about it, and I got the notice. I'm like, oh, okay, so they still trying to collect this, right? So what I did was, I reviewed it. I sent them a conditional acceptance letter, because, I mean, technically the debt has been settled. And not only has the debt been settled, but I have proof of settlement of the debt, right? And then they have to prove that they actually have the right to collect on this settled debt, right? So long story short, after I sent them the letter, they're supposed to respond within 30 days. I didn't hear nothing from them. So I gave them some time. So after about 45 days, you know what I'm saying, of not hearing from them, I go check my credit report, and guess what? They took the mark off. Of course, they had to take it off because the letters that we send out, our letters that we send out is official, right? So when they see this, you see all these references to credit protection agency, you see FTC laws and regulations. I mean, we have everything listed to a T, and we customize it based on whatever the debt is, right? That needs to be collected. A lot of times these companies are not legit, and other times that you really don't owe the debt, right? Because there's always some fine print or something that's there that gives you what's called remedy and recourse, right? So with that being said, we sent the letter like I do for other clients that I work with. We send the letter and we get the mark removed. So I got the mark was removed. They're supposed to send me something back. And if they don't, then I send up a follow-up letter, right? But in this case, I didn't have to do that. I checked my credit report and they removed it like I knew they was going to. And my credit score went up 21 points, right? So as you can see on the screen, 21 points, right? So it says, this is great news. Collection accounts can do a lot of damage to your credit score. So getting one removed is an often Great for your credit, health, collections accounts are typically removed after 7 years or could be removed due to a dispute or settlement. So with me, I know my credit report years ago was shot. Then I studied, I researched, I spoke to people that's in the industry, and I found out how the game is being run, right? So with that, I sent out my, conditional acceptance letters. And with that, I got almost every derogatory mark removed off my credit report, and my score went up 150 points, right? Because I think I had like 6 or 7 marks on it, and I was young, right? So this is some time ago. So I've been helping people ever since. So if anybody's interested in our debt elimination, like we're getting the derogatory marks off your report, and not only that, we're giving you tips on how to increase your credit score. All of this is legit. We don't do no scams and crazy like that. Like I said, our assessment and consultation is free. You shouldn't be charged for assessment or consultation. So if anybody's charging you for that, you don't need it, right? And then we tell people how they can build their credit after we remove the marks off. And, I guess some of these things are trade secrets, but I tell people what it is, right? 2 major things. There's about 5 things you could do. Along with removing, getting derogatory remarks removed off. But one of them is getting a secure credit card, which is extremely important. And the second one is being an authorized user on somebody that who has good credit on their account, their credit line or their line of credit, and or purchasing what they call a trade line and being an authorized user on that trade line, riding off of that and being able to build up your credit score. Those are 2 different ways in which you can boost your credit score within a course of 4 months, right? Now, the consultation that we do, we pretty much, look at what your derogatory marks are, and we let you know what we can get rid of. We normally deal with non-federal third-party debts that's been charged off, or debts that's been handed over to a third party to collect. Sometimes they're outsourced, sometimes they're in-house, but in-house typically deals with you for about 60 to 90 days. After you're severely delinquent, then they hand it off to a third party to collect, right? And the third party only gets paid when they collect, and or they'll buy it for less than what the debt is owed, because a lot of times insurance covers what the creditor lost. And then from there, they try to collect the full amount from you, or try to get maybe anywhere from 10 to 50% on top of what they purchased it for from you, in order so they can make a profit, right? So you learn the game, you know how the game is run, and then you know how to respond. So what we do for anybody that has any kind of issues as far as your credit, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at your credit report, Credit Karma is the best place to go. Experian, because they're separate. It used to be TRW, now they're Experian. That change happened some time ago, in the 90s, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You have to get that separate. Credit Karma doesn't cover Experian. Experian does their own thing. But what I'm simply trying to tell people is that if you need assistance in regards to your credit report, and you want a full-on assessment and consultation for free and not pay a dime for it, we got you, right? Email us at jubileemanumission@gmail.com. jubileemanumission@gmail.com, and let us take care of you or anybody that you know. Like I said, because people donate and support this ministry, this is where the funds are going to. It's going to things such as this. I created this program because I felt that our community, the Black community, that we rarely ever get a jubilee in order for us to start over, for us to actually be prosperous, right? Because we barely have any generational wealth passed down to us, and we start off in this world in debt, right? And having some commodities connected to us that's being traded around. So the objective is, hey, look, manumission is the act of taking over ownership. So I want to take the ownership away from the creditors and the third party that has people locked down, and put ownership of themselves back into their own hands, so they can start a clean slate. This is not for people to go and tear up their credit and get a lot of credit cards or whatever. No, the way that we handle this is that we let you know through a consultation that if we are to assist you, it's a one-shot deal, right? To clean the slate and put you back on track. Like, if we sense that you're unrighteous, then we're not going to do business with you, right? Because this is not a way for you to play the system or beat the system. This is not what that's about, right? So then again, like I said, so if you are interested, I'll go ahead and put the email address there. Or, I mean, if y'all know the Kingdom Harbinger, you can send it there as well. But now also, we have a referral program for Jubilee Manumission. So if you refer anybody to us and we're able to process paperwork on their behalf after the assessment and consultation, you get 30% of the amount that's charged, and the amount that they get charged depends upon how many derogatory remarks that they have and how many that they're able to pay for us to file the paperwork for them on that behalf. You get 30% of that transactional fee, right? So again, if you're interested in the referral program, you want to make a little money on the side, almost everybody has a derogatory mark. Most people have derogatory marks on their credit report. Just refer them over to us, jubileemanumission@gmail.com, and we'll take care of it, right? And like I said, you'll get 30% in referral. So if you want to join the referral program, email me at jubileemanumission@gmail.com, or you could do kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. You could do either one. Both of them is in the chat. But email us if you want to be part of our referral program and make some supplemental income. Same thing goes with our Naturopathic Eden Naturopathic Health Consultation Program that we're transitioning into a fully fledged HMO. So supply insurance for alternative medicine and naturopathic doctors. So that way you're insured if you want to, tackle any kind of alternative medicine or you want a naturopathic doctor. We're going to have a fully fledged HMO that will be able to provide you with the insurance to cover that. But next year is the year we're really going to shop that thing around. Right now, we're bringing people on board to support it, getting some investors. But we're going to do big things with that. But if you know anybody with a health ailment, whether it's HIV/AIDS, whether it's herpes, whether it's cancer, whether it's diabetes, hypertension, whatever, and they want an assessment and consultation to get them back on the right track, we'll give that information to them. And if they want our customized regimen where we monitor them over the course of 30, 60, or 90 days, it's up to them which one they want to pay for. We give them a dietary regimen along with recommendations for exercise that they can do based on their stature, their weight, their health conditions, ailments, etc. So remember, diet, supplementation, and exercise, right? Moderate exercise. So we put them on an exercise plan, put them on a dietary plan, put them on a supplement plan for 30, 60, or 90 days. And after the 30-day period, we do a check-in with them to see if everything's working out. But they can extend it up to 30 days, right? So if you need anybody that has any health ailments, or if it's you that have any health ailments and you need some assistance, email us at naturalpathtoeden@gmail.com. naturalpathtoeden@gmail.com. All right, that's for the health. And we also have a referral program. So again, if you want to make some money on the side, email us at naturalpathtoeden@gmail.com, put referral in the subject header, and we'll set you up with our referral program so you can make 30% of whatever regimens that we dispense out, educational regimens that we dispense out to the community. Same thing with Jubilee Manumission. Anytime we process the paperwork, you get 30% of that. Okay, but due to the donations that we get through KHM, we apportion some of those donations to cover the cost or the fees of assessment and consultation. Okay. And then going forward, once we're able to raise more funding, then everything can be free, right? That's the objective, is to give these services for free to the community, right? And we also hiring. So if anybody wants to do this full time, right? If you want to help out with our debt elimination program full time, or our Naturopathic Eden Naturopathic Health Consultation full time, hit us up. Put employment in the subject header. If you want to do the health, go to Naturopathic Eden. If you want to do the debt elimination, go to Jubilee Manumission, and we're here to employ you, right? So we'll start you off with a part-time. We don't do full-time positions, but we have a part-time position in which we can train you and get you the clients. You work with the clients, and then you get your pay. We get a small percentage for sponsoring you, and it goes from there. So if you want a part-time job, we have it. If you just want to do the referral program, we got that too. If you want to make some side money, then sign up with us. Let us take care of you. We got you. Okay. So again, we're not just sitting here just talking. Like, we're actually providing services to help the community, right? And Naturopathic Eden, objective of that is getting a person's mind, body, and soul back to the Edenic state. That Edenic state was what Adam and Eve was in the garden. And we want to be able to get your mind, body, and soul into that Edenic state, bring you through the Edenic experience, or the Edenic holistic experience, right? Because we don't just tell you about your health. We have to find out what your mental health is, right? Your spiritual health, before we can deal with the body. So we help you mentally, we help you spiritually, and then we go into assessing and getting into the body. Because if you're stressed out, If you're, if you're wavering in regards to your, spirituality, mentally, you have things on your mind when you're down, we try to filter that out first, because if you have that, no matter what we do to the body's going to be weak. So the mind and the spirit has to be strong in order for the body to actually succeed, right? Success rate is 79%. We have a 79% success rate, right, in regards to the debt and in regards to the health. Now with the debt, there is a money back guarantee. So we file the paperwork, right? A small percentage of the amount that we charge, we keep because we have to do the labor, but you get your money back. If, let's say, for example, that we were unable to remove the derogatory remark, we'll give you your money back, sans a small fee for our labor, right? You can't get that anywhere else, okay? So this comes back with a money back guarantee, right, for the debt elimination. So that's how confident that we are that we can help people who we've assessed and they meet the qualifications for us to assist. All right. So, I mean, that's just what we do, man. I mean, that's just two of the many things that we do here at KHM. We have other things that we provide and offer as well. But if anybody needs help in regards to death or health, we're here to help you, right? If anybody wants a part-time job, we're hiring. If anybody wants to do a referral program, we got you. Just let us know what you want and we'll take care of it. Okay. So we're here to help the community. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to get that out the way. All right. So if anybody's interested, like I said, the contact information is in the chat. All right. So with that being said, let's move forward. So those of you who have been following me or KHM, whether it's on this channel, whether it's on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, you guys know that when the presidential Democratic debate took place out here in Atlanta at Tyler Perry Studios last month, we were down there. Okay, we were right in the heart of all the action that was going on. Protesters out there going crazy, police activity heavy, and we out there protesting, put it in that work, right? So I went out there. We got one of our professional videographers to come out and film it, so that way we can capture some of the essence for y'all. We was out there for a while, and then we moved over to the hotel, right, and finished up there. But we captured some of it for you. The video is about 17 minutes. I would say the video is like 98% complete. Okay, 98% complete. There's just one minor edit that they need to do, and hopefully they're able to do it tonight into tomorrow, so we can premiere it for y'all tomorrow or later on today, Sunday. So I would like to premiere it Sunday. So Seth Moyana says, just a quick question. Is the debt elimination service currently available for those in the U.S. or also for those outside, like in Africa? Well, Seth, at the moment, the service is only available to those of us that are in the U.S. Okay. If it's outside the U.S., I mean, right now our reach is not there yet. We plan to expand at some point, but currently we're only doing U.S. clients. Okay. So health-wise, it doesn't matter where you're at, right? We can help you health-wise. But as far as debt elimination, that's only for the U.S., okay? For now. We plan to expand, okay? Shout out to Double Princess 83 in the building. Shout out to Erica Ann 1. All right. Thank you, Double Princess. I appreciate that. Thank you. So Roderick, he said, speak on the Greenhaven Initiative, as you can see on my shirt right here. Oh, let me come back. Sorry, man. I thought Joe was seeing me now. All right, there we go. Now y'all can see me. You'll hear me talking about the debt and the health and everything. So now y'all can see me, right? So this is the Greenhaven. Just happen to have this shirt on. All right. Let us vote. Is all right. Greenhaven-ga.org. So y'all can see it over here too in Instagram land. All right, you see that I have a band on. I went to a place called Rock and Jump. Took my family out there. We had a blast. Great time there, jumping on trampolines and having all these other activities. That's crazy because I got a Groupon discount, right? But it wasn't applicable for that time, which is crazy because that happens as well. You got to read the fine print when you do the Groupon. So I had to pay out of pocket. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, anything to bring a smile on my child's face, whatever it costs, I'm going to get it done, right? That's just the type of parent I am, right? Significant other that I am, that I'll take care of that, right? But nonetheless, Greenhaven, you go to the website, greenhaven-ga.org. You can check out what our status is on Greenhaven. Again, we're still lobbying to get these, these congressmen and women to carry our bill, get it passed. Like I said, it's been an uphill battle. We're still battling it. And there's a lot of support that we need to get this done. So I want to help them with the crowdfunding or fundraising, so that way we can get the resources that we need to push this thing harder and to increase the awareness of our campaign. Next year, I'll be speaking on some big platforms, media platforms. So when I get on those platforms, then I will definitely speak about Greenhaven to bring greater awareness to the residents of DeKalb County, so that way we can get all the support that we need in regards to getting Greenhaven passed, so we can have our Black cityhood family. All right. So we're working effortlessly, tirelessly on that. Like I was saying about the video that we did when we was down at Tyler Perry Studios, when the presidential election was going on, we was out there fighting with the Freedom Coalition for Charter Schools organization. Okay, bringing awareness in regards to charter schools. So, I don't just sit here and just do live streams. I mean, we in these streets, put in the work. Anybody that's in KHM is expected to go on these streets and put in this work. That's just what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot be part of KHM if you're not trying to intervene and interpose on behalf of the Most High in your city, so that it can have peace, so that you may have peace. I did a whole lecture series on this back in July. You can go back and check it out on my YouTube channel, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, where we talked about this. You understand what I'm saying? So we're being the change that we want to see, because I know I want peace in my city, right? And that's not going to happen until we get involved. And that is exactly what KHM is there to do. So if there's a KHM chapter that's there in your city, that's what we about. All right. So let me go and show you this video. Let me transition, because KHM NO, or Kingdom Harbinger Ministries, New Orleans, we're having an event. Okay. On December 16th, next Monday. We're having an event. So I'm gonna show you the flyer in a moment. But we're having an event. So if you are in New Orleans and you want to come chill with the KHM crew that's out there in New Orleans, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the flyer in 1 second with the details. Make sure if you in New Orleans, you need to be there. All right. I put that flyer out on all my social media outlets. So with that being said, let me go ahead and show y'all a clip of this video. Show you a couple of minutes of this video that we're working on. Again, that will be premiered very soon, but I want y'all to get a taste of it. You know what I'm saying? Because when people support KHM, whether it's with your prayers, your donations, volunteering, or whatever the case may be, you enable us to do these things and get these things done. Whether you are there with us or not, your support allows us to get these things done. You sharing our videos, hitting subscribe, bringing awareness allows us to put in this work. So that way, if you're unable to, you don't have to. We'll take care of it. So I make sure that I'm in these streets, man. And sometimes I bring my family out there in these streets so they can see what's going on. Of course, I'm going to protect them. Ain't nothing going to happen to them, but they need to see this firsthand. Especially my children need to see this firsthand, how we put in this work. And that's the thing. Like, all people want to challenge me, not everybody, but some people want to challenge me. And I'm just, a lot of times I just be like, what are you even doing in your community, man? Like, if you're not even doing nothing in your community, like, you're wasting my time. Or you got to understand that I'm taking valuable time out to have a discussion with you, which I don't mind. But for the most part, these people ain't doing nothing. They're not doing anything in their community. Nothing in their community. Right? Oh, reality show next year coming soon. Working on the script. So we're gonna have the pilot episode is gonna be done. Should be done by the end of Q1, beginning of Q2, and that will be released next year. And we're gonna do a 6-episode miniseries or web series, and then from there pitch it to some Black television networks to carry it, so we can do a couple of seasons. And again, this is a completely different thing in regards to reality shows, because reality shows that you see today is garbage, right? That's not what this one is about. This one is wholesome. This one is positive. This one is life-changing to the people that we encounter in it. I mean, it's going to inspire you to have to do something in your community, right? So stay on the lookout for that, the reality show. I will give more details, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till after we film it, put it together, package it right, and then I'll give you all the exclusive Patreon members. If you're a Patreon member, then you'll be able to see the pilot episode before anybody else, okay? Exclusive for 72 hours, and then it'll be released to the public, all right? So Patreon, man, you're about to get a lot of exclusive content, and I'm gonna talk about something on Patreon in 1 second, all right? So with that being said, let me go ahead and show you this clip real quick. Then I'm gonna show you the flyer, and then we're gonna get into a couple of other things, and then I'm gonna teach on something, all right? Because I know y'all like that. And if I have some time, then I'll open it up. So I'm gonna show it to you. So those of you on Instagram, I'm gonna hold the camera up to my screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at and what our YouTube audience is looking at as well. So this is us getting busy. Like we was right there. Cameraman was right there capturing everything you see in this video. We created. We didn't go source a video from somebody that was out there. We was really in the heart and of the beast, in the belly, right there, where there was protesting, yelling, screaming, commotion, marching band. It was crazy, man. It's crazy. Organized pandemonium, I say. It's crazy, man. All the commotion that was going on out there, and we was right in the heart of it. You know what I'm saying? Interviewing people, speaking to families, man. I mean, speaking with the people, man, the politicians, the reporters. I mean, we was just getting busy. All right. This is what we do. We get busy. All right. So again, if you're interested in joining KHM so we can get you busy in your city, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. And put membership in the subject title, and let us take care of it, man. Subject field, we take care of it. We'll hook you up. We'll bring you on board as an honorary member, give you some time, look us over. We look you over. And then, you know, if it's official to you, then we bring you on official. You know what I mean? So we give you some time to look us over while we look you over, and support you in any way that we can so you can be the difference in your community. Okay. So we got to play this clip real quick so you can check it out. All right. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Why is it not letting me show you it? All right, hold on, family. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here. It's not letting me show you. It's not letting me show you. See, I decided to do it Firefox this time. Shout out to the Jews Are Black. What's going on in Instagram land? Yeah, Seth, that reality show is going to be fire, man. Yes, Janelle, I will be back in North Carolina in April. There's a conference out there. I'll be out there in April, okay? G-Deb, you want to see the shirt again? All right, hold on. See it? That's the shirt right there, all right? All right, let me get this situated so I can show this to y'all real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Let me see why this thing is giving me a hard time. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time. Because I switched over to Firefox because I got like 100 tabs open in Chrome and it eats up memory. So Yeah, it's not letting me show this, family. It's not good. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time right now. Trying to see if there's another way that I could do this. Let me see. Let's try this again. It's not gonna let me show it. I don't know why not. All right, I may not be able to show it tonight, family. Man, that's just not good. Yeah, it's not gonna let me show it. Hold on, let me see. Oh well. All right, family. It's not gonna let me show it. Chris Bay said, "Come on, Mr. Tech." Yeah, I do IT, and we have a computer repair business, so we do malware remediation. So if you have any malware on your computer, mal just means badware, has to do with software. So if you have any bad software in your computer, like pop-ups, ads, a worm, or some kind of slowdown with your computer, we take care of that too. CFix. That's the name of my computer repair business that I have on the side. All right. And I also do IT. That's my day job, right? But it doesn't even feel like a job. I mean, I got a great opportunity, that I do that pays well, so I'm grateful for that, for the Most High. But I mean, I don't know. This is not going to let me show this tonight, family. So what y'all can do, just wait. And as soon as they finish cooking it up, right, in the kitchen, then I'll drop it as a premiere tomorrow. So it should premiere tomorrow. So you can check it out. It'll premiere tomorrow. How old do you have to be to get started? What are you talking about? The Jews are black. You talking about one of our services that we had, the debt elimination service, the naturopathic health consultation service. What are you talking about? KHM? I mean, KHM, hopefully you're 18 or older. If you're under 18, then you're gonna have to give us your parents' business. I'm 16 and into IT, wondering what I would do to start off in FE. Oh, okay. So the Jews are black. Email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Hold on, let me send it to you real quick. All right, so email me there, man. Email me there, and I'll help you out. Yeah, this is a young 16-year-old in the IT field, so I'm a mentor him and help him get a 6-figure job, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna help him out. I'm gonna help him out. All right. So yeah, just email me and I'll hook you up, man. Okay. All right. Shout out to Outside the Cube in the building. What's going on, man? What's going on? So Terrence says, what about website help? I don't do web design, but I do know people who do. So if you're interested in that, Terrence, email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Oh, yeah. And if you're liking what you see so far, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up. Click subscribe if you're brand new watching this, and share this video everywhere. Shalom to Taylor Nash. She's all the way from Chi-Town in the building. What's going on, sis? Shout out to Lioness Judah. Shalom, Mr. Casanova 1911. What's going on, man? Let me see. Dennis McMillian is in the building. Tachi Cochran, what's going on since KHM Miami? You want us out there in Miami? All right, we'll come to Miami. If you want to help out with that, Tachi, because you're a great supporter, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. And you can help us set that thing up in Miami. Okay. We can get that chapped out in Miami. Shout out to G Deb in the building. What's going on, my brother? Let me see. I think I got everybody. Abi Don, Bernie Ya, what's going on? You can send if you have a resume, send it to kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. If you're in the IT field, we can hook you up, try and get you some work, or you can work with us if you want. And like I said, if you want to make some side money, if you want to work part-time, or if you want to do a referral program to make money, helping people with debt elimination, helping people with natural health consultation for different ailments and diseases that they experience, hit us up. Jubilee Main Mission at gmail.com. We can, help you if you have a debt issue or credit report issue or need credit repair, or if you want to make some money, joining our referral program or work part-time for us, holler at us. If you want to do the same thing on the health tip, email us at naturalpathtoeden@gmail.com. And if you want to be part of the referral program, same thing. You make 30% of whatever, regimens we process. Same thing with debt elimination, you make 30% in any paperwork we process. You know what I'm saying? So you make money. Or we can teach you how to be a consultant, right? And then, you sign a contract with us, you work with us for a year. And then after that, you can go do your own thing, learn what you learned, the trade from us, and go do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's our internship program that we have. You know what I'm saying? So, just highlight me, highlight me. Yeah, so I'll be on Bernie Ya. So I have a current role right now. I'm an IT solutions engineer. Prior to this, I was an IT security assurance or compliance officer or analyst, however you want to call it. Pretty much what we did, three major things that I did in that role. Doing IT security, I did malware remediation. I did patching of security vulnerabilities on Windows environments, server environments, or let me say endpoint or end user PC environments, where people had different devices, and server environments as well. And also did asset management or inventory asset management by means of using Ivanti. So those are the three major things I did in that role, right? So now I'm an IT solutions engineer, and being an IT solutions engineer now, what I do is I work with a bunch of developers, right? And my job is to understand their scripting methodology and the projects that's assigned to them. And if they encounter any difficulties, to implement or engineer a solution in order to remove any obstructions, so that way they continue to code and they can complete their projects, right? So that's pretty much what I do. So, for a lot of the time I'm on meetings or I'm speaking with developers and helping them out. And it's a great job that I have, you know what I'm saying? Until I transition to doing ministry full time, which I expect to do over the next year or two, you know what I'm saying? But in the interim, type of work that I have is cool, it's laid back, it's no stress. Can't complain, man. It's a great job, a great opportunity that I'm for. It pays really well. So I can help other people and I can expand the ministry. And then the generous donations that we get from y'all helps to expand the ministry and provide these services for free to the community, man. To the community, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, facts, so if y'all need help with that, let me know. If y'all need a side job, you know what I'm saying, or a side hustle, holla at me. If you want to work part-time, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? So we take care of that. You know what I'm saying? Prince Black said, y'all have a serious question. Did you study the dictionary? I studied several dictionaries, right? Law dictionary, medical dictionary, regular, language dictionary. Oxford is the preferred one for English dictionary. I have all editions of Black's law, so that as well. So yeah, I've looked into that, I've studied that. So outside the cube, maybe if we have time in a few, I probably will. Shout out to John Nay Dazelle in the building. What's going on, sis? Appreciate all your support as always. Black Av, you too, my brother. What's going on? I can send you a preview of a song through IG. I'm still waiting on a feature on it from a brother. Yeah, do that. Do that, Black. Oh, so just so you know, thank you for reminding me. The Truth Works mixtape volume 2 will be out at the end of January. So anybody that's an artist or an artist, please have them email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. So that way we can feature them on the mixtape. There's an event by KOE, Kingdom Over Everything. My brother Brandon T. Jackson, my good brother, is hosting an event in March, which I will be at. And we will also be sponsoring 2 artists, right? So they have different packages there. I think their VIP package is like $500. So we're going to be sponsoring 2 artists, on artists that come in on behalf of KHM to represent at the event. I will be at the event. as well. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm going to have VIP, but we're going to invest in 2 artists. I have 2 people in mind, but it's not definitive with them yet. So if you're an artist and you want to get sponsored by KHM to go to this event, and I should show you the flyer, man. Let me get the flyer. Let me do that. Let me get the flyer. Let me show you that flyer, man. I got it on my phone, but I'm probably gonna have to, because I'm live streaming on Instagram. I don't want to mess up Instagram by going to my phone. So I'll show you the flyer. Probably next week sometime. I'll show you the flyer. It's not until March. But pretty much what they're going to do is give you exposure, right? Exposure to record execs, exposure to, KOE, KHM. We're starting a music division, right? Where we're going to bring artists on. We're going to pay for everything, right? We're going to pay for marketing, promotion, branding, everything. And we're going to get you radio play in mainstream radio stations, all right? So, I mean, if y'all interested, let me know, man. We're here to help. You know what I'm saying? Like the next year, we got a lot of big things coming out. Like I said, that reality show, I wish I could play this other video for y'all so you can get an idea or a sense of the quality. But that reality show is going to be crazy, man. It's going to be really crazy. That pilot episode is going to be crazy. When y'all see it, you're going to be like, whoa, wait, like, yo. Wow, I'm telling you, man, when people see that, they're gonna be touched, man. They're gonna be touched. But anyway, like I said, I mean, so highlight me, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to do a highlight me, man, Prince Black, I don't know, man. I guess it's a gift from Yah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, shout out to Janae. Thank you for the donation, sis. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Much love to you too. I appreciate that. Prince Black, I don't know, man. Dwayne, we didn't shoot the full pilot, right? We shot a couple of scenes, and I'm still writing the rest of the script out for like the zenith, you know what I'm saying, or the major part of the actual pilot. We should be finished filming by Q1. Q1 is Q1. That consists of January, February, and March. For those of you who are not familiar with that terminology, I know because I worked in corporate for a long time. So I'm familiar with these terms, but we should have it complete by Q1. And then by the end of Q1, beginning of Q2, we're actually going to premiere it to Patreon first. And then from Patreon, then we're going to put it public. And if y'all like it, then we're going to do the rest of the other 5 episodes and the 6-part miniseries. And then from there, we're going to shop it to a major network. We have 3 connects and 3 major Black television networks. And we're going to push to get it on networks because we got to counter all this garbage that's being... The reality shows today is trash. It's garbage. It promotes everything that culturally we stand against. You feel me? And we can't have this garbage in the minds of our community, our children, you know what I'm saying, our people. We got to give them something to counter it. You feel what I'm saying? If there's a thesis, we got to give them the antithesis, right? You know, we got to synthesize the foolishness that's coming into our community, the garbage, the trash, basura. It must go. So this reality show is going to change the game. And we're going to make it so compelling that one of these networks are going to have to pick it up. And I'm going to sit there in that meeting and I'm going to talk them into it. Why this is necessary. Looking at the change of events that's going on in society, it's necessary to have this type of content out there. And again, we're going to be filming in different cities. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll be in your city and y'all can come out if you want to be in the other 5 episodes that we haven't shot yet. We have a online site that we go to and a program that I use to create the storyboard, the log line, the different plots for different episodes, the script and everything like that. So, you know, we working behind the scenes, man. We're doing a lot, man. We're doing a lot. And we wanted to impact the community. But because I got children, I know y'all got children, we have to do something about the garbage that they watch. We have to give them a sound alternative. OK, and that's what we're here to do. Shout out to Tara Lael in the building. What's going on? Shout out to Badass Billy Ray, Kamar, in Instagram land. What's going on, y'all? All right. So, yeah, family, definitely hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying this so far. Well, Dwayne, that's the goal, right? So I haven't secured my plane ticket yet. I'm planning to do that today by the end of the day. So I can be out there in New York. I'll be there from Friday evening to Monday. I'll be out there in New York, so I can attend that vaccine debate. Okay, that's being put on by Sonetta Studios or Black News 102 and their affiliates. So I'm trying to be out there in New York. So if I'm able to secure that bag to get on that plane, I will let y'all know that I'm en route to NYC, family. All right. So facts, Taylor. I appreciate that, sis. I'm glad that that's the case, man. You know, I'm humbled to hear that, and it's an honor to know that. You know what I'm saying? But all right, family. So I'm not gonna be able to show you this video now. So you'll just wait for the premiere later on today. I'm gonna drop the premiere. Definitely watch it. Please share it. I'm gonna try to get it on at least 5 other platforms because I mean, people need to know about the choices in regards to education that parents have, all right, in their city. Okay. And we was out there on the front line lobbying for that. So a couple of clips from this video you're gonna see premiered is gonna be in the pilot episode of the reality show when it drops. So when you watch this, some of these clips, very small portion of it is gonna be in that reality show. So I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy it, right? So being that I can't show the video, just wait for it to premiere. Let me move on. Let me show you the flyer real quick. If it'll let me do this. Let me show you the flyer real quick. You can see what we're doing out there in North Carolina. Let's see, where's my flyer at? This is all right. All right, y'all. Hold on one second. Man, this browser is bugging out, man. Okay. Y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me get my camera together. All right. All right, you can hear me. All right, sorry about that, family. That's kind of crazy. Hold on. Let me try to fix my camera. All right. There we go. Wow, that was crazy. I apologize for that, family. The Instagram shut off, so let me just focus on my YouTube family. All right, we back. We back. If y'all can see me and hear me, hit one. If you can see me and hear me, hit one. Let me get back into the flow of things. Sorry about that. All right, you can see me, you can hear me. All right. So, I think I was trying to show y'all this. Let me go back. I think I can show y'all the video now. Oh, okay. I had to switch over. I think I can show y'all the video now. So hold on one second. All right, first, family, let me have y'all take a look at this. So, Kingdom Harbinger Ministry presents Hebrew Brotherhood Football Fellowship. All right, Saints versus the Colts. This is going to be on Monday, December 16th at 5 p.m. All right, at Cafe Porsche, 1625 Baron Street, New Orleans, Louisiana 70113. This is where I lectured at a couple months ago. All right, at this cafe, I showed y'all. Well, y'all didn't see it on YouTube, but on Facebook. I did a live stream when I was out there. It's a Black-owned establishment, all right? And then on certain evenings, she's mentoring a younger dude, and he's doing his own vegan thing within Cafe Porsche. But y'all, please come out. If y'all in New Orleans, man, Louisiana, surrounding areas, y'all need to be here Monday, December 16th, KHM New Orleans. We're going to be out there, all right, hosting this event. We want to see y'all there in the building, okay? So make sure y'all show up for that, all right? All right, so this is the flyer right here. Take your notes, all right, if you need to. If you know anybody in New Orleans that needs to be here, if you in New Orleans, you need to be here, all right? So this is what's going down. We're going to have a lot of events like this coming up in different cities. Wherever there's a KHM chapter, we're going to have different fellowships like this, all right? But if you're in New Orleans, we're kicking it off in New Orleans, man, all right? All right, cool. All right, let's switch back. All right, now I think I can show y'all the video. Man, I'm gonna show y'all this video, man. All right, so this is the video. Like I said, when we was out in these streets, putting in that work on behalf of our youth and opening up options for education and letting parents know that they have other options besides being stuck in the district that they're in and the public school that they're in, and having some part education in Black or minority and low poverty areas. We out there fighting on your behalf, you know, to politicians, talking to reporters, and just the overall people that was out there. I'm going to show you all the action. Well, a few minutes of the action. You can catch the full video when we premiere it later on today. But yeah, go ahead and check it out, man. Go ahead and check it out. All right. So here, Nolans. Crazy. Should I study the Bible, and how many times have you read it front to back? Well, I've never really read it front to back, right? I would say I read about 90% of it though, but I've never read it front to back. Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and front for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I have not read it front to back. All right, but I've read at least 90+% of it. Okay, and now what I'm doing is going through it in the original languages, which is going to take some time. All right, but it's worth it. New Orleans, New Orleans, Lins, or Nolans. Crazy, but yeah. So if you want to study it from, you know, front to back, that's on you. But that's not really how I get down. But I mean, if it works for you, that's fine. So, but anyway, let me show you this video real quick. Hopefully you can enjoy it. The North Carolina flyer. I don't know what you mean, Chris. You could text me, Chris. You could text me. I mean, I have access to my phone now, because Instagram is not streaming no more. But yeah, just text me, Chris. Text me what you're talking about. So I can see what you're talking about. Hold on. All right, let me show you this video. Let this video run real quick. All right. So how do you do it? Prince, if you're interested in that, email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. My admin moderator is going to put it in the chat. Email me and we'll see what we can do to help you out with that, okay? Yeah, also, so Chris, Terrence needs the email too, so drop that email in there, all right? All right, so let me show y'all this video real quick. Hold on real quick. Janae, yeah, I will. I could do that. I've addressed Islam in the Quran several times on these live streams, but I guess I could do that. That's important. I would really like to have dialogue. I'll invite a brother on who's really well versed in the Quran, because I'm well versed in it as well, to have a dialogue on it, and that way you'll be able to see that. All right. Black Ab says, are Macs that much better than PCs? No, they're not. Don't believe the hype. Macs are good if you're a content creator, right? So if you're audio engineer, if you're doing music, if you're doing art, right? Visual art, or if you're doing any kind of content creation, software design, if you're doing specialty stuff like that, I mean, you can do it on a PC, but it's more fluid on a Mac. But PCs is for everything else. If you want to do gaming, if you want to do Microsoft Office, web browsing, I mean, you have better options with the PC. Okay. And then there's a heftier premium for Macs as well. But Macs have a greater resale value unless you're getting a gaming PC. That also has high resale value as well. And if you have anything around the house, you want to set it, there's an app called Let Go. Download that app and you can be able to sell off whatever you have. You need a couple of extra dollars or whatever. Use that app and you can sell a couple of things locally and make a little bit of change. All right. I'm all about helping our people being economically sound, responsible, and empowered. All right. All right. So let me go ahead and do that, man. Let me go ahead and play this video for you real quick now that I'm able to do it. All praise to the Most High. All right. Let's do this real quick. It's not showing up here. So you know what? Let me open this up with another application. All right. All right. Let's see if this works. Yep, that works. All right, family. So I'm about to go ahead and show y'all this real quick. So just give me a second. Let me add my mic. All right, so check it out, family. Check it out. And it's only a few minutes. Working on applying the scheme, the true side trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill, the peace cut free, set straight drop for the kill, the talking. So what's going on, family? This is DivineProspect, Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. We out here by Tyler Perry Studios, where the presidential debate is going down. The reason why I'm here partnering with this group that we see right here behind us, all the people with the blue shirts on. All right, we're out here, advocates, lobbying for charter schools and trying to get the legislation passed that's more lenient towards charter schools. So we're encountering reporters, we're encountering politicians, and we're trying to get the awareness out there. Why charter schools are important as a parental choice and diversity for students. And the reason why this is extremely important is because now there's 5.4% of students that go to school in America that go to charter schools. There's almost 85% that go to public schools. That proportion needs to change. We have to shift that balance so that way we can get more specialized attention and personalized curriculum to our students. All right, parents got to know that they have a choice. They passed legislation for this back in 1993. Minnesota was the first state that actually passed the law for charter schools to be enacted. We have maybe a couple hundred charter schools in the state of Georgia, but now a lot of them are struggling because remember, a charter school is only as good as the standard performance. All right, at the same time, charter schools also source from anywhere in any district. They're not limited to public schools. When public schools underperform and you send your child to a public school, now they're stuck there. Okay, they're like handicapped, and they can only get the best education that's being provided to them in that environment. So what we want to do is bring awareness with charter schools to let you know that you have options. Y'all see this cop right here? He looked at a camera and he just skated off. You have parental choices. You have opportunities. We can send your child to a school where there's a reduction in class size, where they specialize in STEM, math, performing arts, etc. We can get the Montessori method of teaching, which allows a degree of self-directed creativity that the children can actually perform for themselves. So this is a way to teach the children to be independent, and with the specialization that's there in charter schools, it enables the child to have a career path once they leave the school. And this is something that we don't really get that much in public schools. But if you go to the right neighborhood, you could. But if you go ahead and you patronize charter schools, now your child's not limited to the district in which they live. There's more flexibility. And they're too invested to fail. Because if they don't perform based on what's in the charter and the proposal that they put before the school board and the schools, they close and they shut down. So they have to put every resource in ensuring that that actual school succeeds. Because the funding that they get is a fixed amount per pupil, per student. And then on top of that, they have to raise donations, get donations, raise funds, get grants, and things of that nature, so that way they can stay operating smoothly. But this is a way to reward the teachers when they outperform what we see that's there in other public schools. They're still held to the same standards. All the teachers that are there are state certified teachers. They have to meet all the testing standards by the state and the regulation by the state. So none of that is skimped when your child goes to these charter schools. But the difference is they get a holistic learning experience that you cannot get anywhere else. And in order for us to make this come true, we have to advocate here on the front lines, out here where everything is going down. As you can see behind me, around me, we have the police out here. We have a marching band. Check out this marching band right here. And what we're doing is bringing awareness to everybody out here that their child, they need to consider their child for a charter school. All right. So that's that. Let me go ahead and switch back over. So the full video will be out soon. Okay. So the full video for that will be out soon. It'll premiere later on today. Like I said, hopefully they should have everything done by then. You'll be able to see it's a full 17 minutes. I try to capture as much as I can. We shot a lot of footage, but we try to keep it as short as possible. So it's about 17 minutes, but just want to give you some insight, what we do on the front lines for our community. You know what I'm saying? Again, we put the word out, you know what I mean? And nobody really showed up, you know what I'm saying? And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on social media. So most people that follow me on social media, they ain't show up. They did not show up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, hopefully going forward, they will. There's going to be a lot of different events like this that's coming up soon that we're going to keep promoting. I don't care if it's just me and my family or just me by myself. I'm still going to be on the front lines, man. You feel me? I don't care if nobody's out there with me. I'll be there, because for something like that, I know I got a family, and I know I want my children to have the best education. And currently, I pay for them to have a good education. It costs me money to do it, but it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, you all can get involved as well. If y'all can't physically be there, that's fine. I'm not shaming nobody that cannot physically be there, right? But you can still share the video, right? You can still put the message out there, share the flyer, donate, you know what I'm saying? Join up, sign up for our Patreon and pledge. You know what I'm saying? So that way your funds can go towards getting more resources out there to get things passed. You know what I'm saying? This is advocacy and lobbying at the grassroots level. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? If you linked up with KHM, I mean, you obligated to put in the same work. Remember, Jeremiah 29 did a whole lecture on this. Matter of fact, Chris, if you're still there, post that link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? The one that I did in July. You know what I'm saying? People need to see that. It needs to understand. Matter of fact, I'll put the link in the chat real quick. Hold on, give me a second. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll grab it for y'all. I need y'all to check this out, man, because this is stuff that we do all the time, man. You know, we work with NOI, we work with the More Science Temple of America. More Science Temple of America is having a unity event coming up soon, next year, and I will be in attendance. I mean, we work with who we can work with, do what we got to do to fix this community, man. And it's only, you know, those who have hands on deck. Everybody's not going to put hands on deck because everybody is just not built for this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, surprises to me that all people want to debate me, but when I try to look at their resume and say, yo, what have you done in these streets? Yo, I've been to so many protests. You can go and check my YouTube channel. You'll see I have some of them on the YouTube channel, right? But I've been to so many protests when things happen to bring proactivism there. See, I'm not there to be reactionary. No, we are community proactivists. That means our job is that when an incident happens, we don't react. We become proactive. We analyze the situation as a think tank. We see how can we socially engineer the community so that they can go towards the right path and enact preventive measures so that they can wean away or deduce or reduce the amount of adversarial attacks onto the community and be able to put something that's self-sufficient and that can be maintained over a lengthy period of time. We bring strategies, we bring game plans when we go to places, right? When we went down there for the charter school, it was all strategic, a whole game plan to let our voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was on news outlets, whether it's with the politicians or the other protesters that was out there who are not familiar with what our cause is and what we fight for. You know what I mean? But let me go ahead and I'll put this link in there. Y'all need to please go back and check this video out. It's extremely important that you all check it out and just get some insight into what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a game, like for real. Like there's too many lives on the line. Too much. Like we're not out here playing games, man. Like we just not out here playing games. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you know, I have no problem chatting, rapping with brothers or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm saying there's a community that needs to be fixed, man. Shout out to my brother Abi Don Bernie Ya for the donation. I truly appreciate that, my brother. You'll go ahead and click this link right here. All right, click that link right there. Check out that video that I did in July. It's extremely inspiring. There's a part 2 to that same video. What I put up was just the time that it was allotted for me to actually speak, but then there was like another hour worth of Q&A that will be up for Patreon subscribers. Hopefully I could put it up in the next couple of days. I'm gonna try to work on that. So like I said, at the end of the day, man, we're not just sitting here in a chair just talking to a camera. We're in these streets, man. We in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, whether if it's just me and just me and my family or just me and whoever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be there, okay? Because you know somebody has to break ground. You know what I mean? Somebody has to innovate. Somebody has to be the think tank to socially engineer our community so they can do the right thing, so they can step up, so they can put in this work. There's a generation that's salivating for change, man, and we have to be the ones to feed that thirst. You feel me? So we got to do something, man. It's enough talk, man. People talk too much, man. And it's okay. If you want to talk, you can talk. But if you're not trying to put your hand to the plow, it don't mean nothing. But shout out to all of y'all that are in the chat that do go out and put in that work to help others. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you saw the clip, you saw the flyer. Let me transition a little bit forward. I want to make sure I cover everything before I share what I want to share and then open up Q&A. Okay. So let me talk about this giveaway. Oh yeah, we have a giveaway, family. Giveaway. And we're going to continue to have these giveaways. Okay. So let me go ahead and show y'all this real quick. Let me show y'all the giveaway. Hold on. Let me show y'all the giveaway. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. All right. So to those of you who are supporting our Patreon, thank you so much for your support and sacrifice. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, we had so many people sign up for Patreon, man. We truly appreciate everything that you've done. And because of that, we're going to start doing Patreon exclusive giveaways. Now, we will be doing giveaways on the KHM channel that y'all on right now for the public, right? We have a $25 Amazon gift card that we're going to be offering next live stream, right? This live stream, I'm promoting the Patreon exclusive giveaway, right? But we're going to have a $25 Amazon giveaway. because, you know, I cite sources all the time, and a lot of these books you can purchase from Amazon. So we want to help y'all out with that. So next week, we have the $25 gift card we're going to do right there live when we have our live stream this weekend coming up. But today, for my Patreon family, all right, those of you who are putting in that work at Patreon and patronizing KHM, I want to show this to y'all real quick. I'm going to show you here on our Patreon site, and then I want to show you here live in person. Okay, so just give me a second. Hold on. Did not mean to do that. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right. So y'all can go to www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. Shout out to all of y'all who are already pledging. We appreciate all your donations. Y'all see what we did. You see us in these streets. Like, your funds that you donate go towards that. Yeah, we got services where we're employing people and we helping people with getting rid of their debt and helping them with health issues and all of that. Like, your funding makes these things possible. The research and development arm of KHM that I, you know, am the executive over and that I disseminate, your funds go towards allowing us to, you know, get the resources so we can put this information out there. I have some interviews coming up with some very important people and some professors. Man, we got a lot of stuff coming up. And guess what? All of your pledging makes this possible. These giveaways that we're going to do every month, or maybe might do bi-monthly, but every month on Patreon is because of your support. People can get free services because y'all pledge. So I appreciate y'all for all of that. But if you go to our patreon.com/DivineProspect, all right, we have 3 classes here: Emerald, Ruby, and Diamond class. You can pledge any one of these, or you can pledge any amount that you see fit. It could be less, it could be more. It's solely up to you. We're on 58 patrons. We're trying to get this up to maybe about 100 very soon. But we can't do without y'all help. So it's up to y'all. And again, I appreciate any little bit. We have a link to Facebook and YouTube here as well. You can share it. If you can't pledge, you can share it, right? Or you can follow, you know, any of the posts that we have up here. But what I want y'all to see is this right here. So the free giveaway exclusively for Patreon members, the Learn Biblical Hebrew Pack is a free giveaway. Peace and shalom, patrons. We truly appreciate all your support and sacrifice. As a reward, we'll be doing a free giveaway worth $200+ exclusively for Patreon members. This reward will be unlocked after we receive 3 new Patreon pledgers. Then we will create a separate post on how you can enter the giveaway. Stay tuned. So with this, okay, we are asking for 3 more people to pledge. All right. And once we hit the 3 people to pledge, then what we're going to do is unlock this giveaway, and somebody's going to get this free Learn Biblical Hebrew pack that's worth over $200. We're giving it away for free. Okay. We advocate for original languages and literacy in original languages, citing and sourcing original languages in regards to the scriptures to come from, and any other kind of sister languages that give you insight into the biblical languages, right? Like Syriac and Ugaritic, etc. And we want to continue to help foster that type of learning and growth and development. Okay, so we were selling these packages before. Now we reserved one for a giveaway. So for my Patreons, you know, as soon as 3 more new Patreon people sign up, then we'll go ahead and we're gonna do a post on this giveaway, and everybody who's a Patreon is eligible for it. We're gonna have 1 winner, but again, we have another big package that we're gonna send out, another surprise next month in January, and then we're gonna try to do it bi-monthly, twice a month, right? Every other week we're gonna do a giveaway. And we're not talking about no cheap stuff. Like, you're really getting some real stuff, you know what I'm saying, for your support. And again, I appreciate everybody that's been donating. So as soon as we get 3 new Patreon pledges, and you guys can pledge as well, go to www.patreon.com/DivineProspect. And then from there, you guys can, sign up, make a pledge. Once we hit 3 new pledges, then we'll go ahead and give somebody this for free. Okay. Other pledges as well, depending upon what class you sign up for, you're eligible for benefits. You have to request these benefits. So inbox me on Patreon or email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. If you're entitled to a benefit, we have a few shirts that we still have to send out for people who are Patreon supporters. But we have other things that we give away. We promote if you have a business or, whatever, we can do a free commercial for you, one-on-one consultation, whatever. When you pledge, you're eligible for these things. Just inbox it and we'll set it up. All right. So that's that. So let me go ahead and switch back. Let me switch back real quick. All right. And so that y'all can see, we have it right here. This is it. All right. So somebody is going to win this. Okay. So we need 3 more pledges on Patreon, and this right here will be available. Let me show y'all what comes in this package. Okay. So you get the Basics of Biblical Hebrew Vocabulary CD, which is the audio. I know there's a light there, but here it is. All right. You get the Basics of Biblical Hebrew video lectures, right? A complete course for beginners. Okay. And this is like standard, right? This is something that's used in the industry, standard in regards to helping students learn the language. I know I've completed this course some time ago, but you get the Basics of Biblical Hebrew workbook, okay, with this. You also get the Basics of Biblical Hebrew grammar, a grammar book that comes with this. And you also get this right here, this Old Testament Hebrew vocabulary cards. All right. So somebody is going to win all of this for free as soon as we get 3 more pledges on Patreon. All right. And this costs, I think it was like $215. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, we're giving it away for free. I mean, because you guys help us out. So we're going to look out for y'all. Like I said, we're going to have more giveaways on Patreon, and we're going to have giveaways here on this channel. Like I said, next week, somebody's going to win a $25 Amazon gift card. And then I think in January, we're going to have like a $50 gift card giveaway or whatever. So, we're going to look out for y'all, man. Y'all support us. We support you. One hand washes the other. Both hands wash the face together. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Subtle Dove. No doubt. Appreciate that. KB, it could be any amount. I mean, we prefer one of the tiers or more, but it could be any amount. That's fine. Again, we just want to hurry up and put this in somebody's hands so they can get started, so they can really follow the things that we do at KHM. All right. Also, this book right here, Biblical Hebrew Vocabulary in Context, is a great companion to this. This is also going to be up for grabs as well. We're going to be giving this away for free. And just so you know, what we do is when we do giveaways, we never give or reward the same person twice. All right. We want to make sure we have an opportunity that everybody is able to win something, okay, before we go back around. All right. But this right here is an excellent book. I went over this in here before with y'all. It's an excellent book in studying the language. And I still use it to this day. But this also will be up for grabs soon. It's going to be this and 2 other books that I'm going to give away for free. Okay. So y'all support us. We support you. All right. All right. So all right. Dwayne Yosef, yes, we are still. So if you're interested, email me kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and we can hook you up. All right. Knowledge Truth, where is the book or books? I recall you said you were writing a book. Well, what I was saying was I want to write a book, but I need some help to do that. Oh, shout out to John A. Thank you so much for your donation again, sis. I truly appreciate that. But yes, we're looking for writers. If you're a writer and you want to help with writing a book, feel free to do so. We're working on KHM translation of the first 5 books of the Chumash of the Tanakh. Thanks again, John A. I appreciate that. Also, we're working on a reconstruction translation of the book of Matthew as well. So that's projects that we still have. It's like a 5-year project. I mean, it's going to take some time to complete those. But I also have academic articles, and one major one that I'm looking to present at the next ISSAJ conference, which is the International Society for the Study of African Jewry. And I've mentioned that several times on this platform. And a couple of other articles that I'm putting together as well. So if you're waiting on the book will come. It'll be here soon. Moriel, yes, I got your email as well, Moriel. So I'm gonna work on that for you. That's very interesting that you bring that up. But yeah, if you can help with the Greek, that'll be wonderful. I mean, me personally, I don't care for the Greek, but I know some of it because I have to know, because I deal with people who work with the original language of the New Testament. My preference is the Syriac, the old Syriac Sinaiticus Palimpsest. That's my go-to translation, or my go-to manuscript for the New Testament. And I've mentioned this before, so it's no secret. And that's really what I use, right? But anyway, yeah, if you want to help with that, Moriel, I would appreciate that. That's cool. All right. Shout out to Prince Black for the donation as well. Salute to you, man. You and Yane for the donations. I appreciate that, y'all. All right, family. So let's move forward. Let's move forward so we can get into this work, and I can open up the Q&A. Now, going forward, we will have a call-in number. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here on the screen, where the ticker is at, so that way you guys can call in. I'm not going to do that tonight, but we will allow an invite to the panel and or a call-in, allow y'all to call in. So next live stream, y'all be able to call in. Okay. So virtue to get as texts are useful as well. When I do textual criticism, it depends on what I'm looking for. But they have been very useful for me in my studies. Okay. And like for example, I prefer the Ethiopic version of the book of Enoch for several reasons over the Slavonic version. But I'll probably discuss that in another live stream. Shout out to my sis Navi Yasha Ella in the building. What's going on, sis? So he says, KB says, is the translation that you prefer available on Amazon? When you say translation, are you talking about the old Syriac Sinaiticus Palimpsest? Are you saying that? That is, as far as I know, that's not available on Amazon, but you can get that for free, or email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com and I'll send it to you for free. Okay, I'll send you the Syriac version and I'll send you the English translation. All right. Oh, that's cool, Seth. That's cool, Seth. You're already part of our Patreon club, bro. So you good, man. I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that. Knowledge truth, that's all good. If it's not allowing you to do the super chat, don't sweat it, man. You know, we don't do this for money. You know what I'm saying? But we do appreciate the donations. But we want to continuously show you guys where the donations are going, right? Because sometimes people, and it's crazy. People's like, "Oh, Divine, you collecting donations?" Okay. I mean, it takes money to run a ministry organization. You think this is free? It's not free to run it. I'm responsible for taking care of my home, right? When people donate, those donations go towards taking care of KHM. That's how not-for-profits work. Whether you're a 501c3 or 508c1a, that's how they work. Non-profit, non-for-profit, they're very similar, but that's how they work. They work off of donations, grants, loans, whatever. That's how they work. That's how they operate. So it takes money in order to run this thing. I've invested my money in KHM for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I still put in money into KHM, but there's so many people that support it worldwide. We get a lot of donations, you know what I'm saying? So we show you where the money comes out. We in these streets protesting, so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all see where it's going to. You see the quality. Like I said, next year, that reality show is going to be possible by the donations. That reality show is going to inspire people to turn off that garbage reality show you see on TV, and you got to tune into what we're about to show y'all. So I'm gonna work on the flyer just to pique your interest, so you can, you know, get a little taste for it. But you'll see, man, that pilot episode is going to be fly, man. I'm telling you. But it costs money to do that. So I invest my money. I invest what we collect from KHM, and we make it work. You know, so many people that we help on a weekly basis that reach out to us that need things, we give it. On Facebook, we're creating a group on Facebook soon, which allows for mothers to send or donate clothing and other supplies and toys or whatever to other mothers who otherwise cannot afford that, where we're paying the shipping so things can get shipped. We're paying the shipping. So we're running the group. We're paying for shipping that allows mothers to give to other mothers. So that will be launching in a couple of weeks. So if there's any mothers out there, if you need any supplies for your children, then you can sign up for this group. We're going to have the group on Instagram. We're going to have the group on Facebook, and or you can just email us, right? And we'll hook you up, okay? When we relaunch our website, we'll have a section for that as well. So like I said, this is the type of stuff that we're doing. So, you know, it's crazy when people get like, I'm going to tell you this, right? And again, I don't want to go too far off because, again, like I said, I want to, you know, get into what I want to teach tonight. But, you know, this sister, she's an artist, right? And she makes Israelite music, right? And this brother had the nerve to tell her, sis, why are you making a CD and selling it? That gift that you got is a gift from Yah, and you should be doing it for free. So you telling me all this music the sister already put out for free? Never mind that. All the money that she had to put in for studio time, she had to put in for branding, she had to put in for distribution. You didn't donate one penny to anything that she needed to get this stuff done. And mind you, that sister is also, shout out to Open Writers. That sister is part of a group, a duet group, you know, that is featured on the KHM The Truth Works Volume 1 mixtape. If y'all want the mixtape, hit me up. Email me at kingdomharmony@gmail.com. But like I said, if you're an artist, hit us up so we can put you on Volume 2. Because when that KOE event, the Kingdom Over Everything event, goes down in March, I'm telling you, that's an opportunity for us to put you on the spotlight because we're going to be blasting that KHM mixtape when we get there, from the time we touch down to the time we leave out that door. All right. So we're going to hook somebody up with an official deal, and so we can take you on at KHM. But that's never mind that. He's telling this sis that she needs to, from the sweat of her brow, just give it for free as a gift. Now, this is interesting because I proceeded to look at this as, okay, this guy's bugged out, but I'm like, cool. Sent him a couple of scriptures so he can see where, you know, you don't muzzle the ox while he treads out the grain, right? A worker is worthy of his reward. Like a workman is worthy of his reward. Like these things are necessary. I mean, if somebody's going to live their life off of producing and giving to the community, why would you not want to pay $10 to buy their CD, especially if the music is quality? Y'all go to the movies, y'all watch some Netflix, y'all do all of that. Y'all don't beef with these organizations. Say, oh, that's your gift. Y'all need to be given for free. You go into the store and you buy merchandise. I don't see y'all arguing with them. Say, oh, this needs to be for free. People say things, but they don't live it. You don't go nowhere else, but you want your own community to work from the sweat of their brow to give for free and don't expect to receive nothing in return. Come on, man. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Sometimes this is people's living, man. You ain't even helping. I can see if you was helping, but you're not even helping, bro. All right, let me fall back. But anyway, so to our Patreon members, also, the next promotion is anybody who's a Patreon member. We're gonna have y'all send us your credit reports. You can block out any sensitive information like social security number, stuff like that. Send us your credit reports from Credit Karma with your derogatory marks on it. And then we're going to put you in another, I guess, sweepstakes, giveaway, whatever you want to call it, where we're going to select somebody and remove one derogatory mark for free. So Patreon members, I mean, you know, there's a lot that you get from being on Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking for 3 more people so we can give this package out. And then the next promotion after we get this out is we're going to remove a derogatory mark from somebody for free, meaning we're going to do the assessment for you, the consultation, and the paperwork for free. So you're getting like a $400 value for free. Just for the little bit that you invest in the Patreon, you're getting a huge ROI, return on your investment. All right. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let me transition. All right. Let me get into teaching on something real quick, and then I'm gonna open it up for Q&A. If y'all want to call in, I'll put the number out there. I guess y'all can call in if y'all want. Taki, you're right. Your gifts do make room for you. They do. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing it in righteousness, if you're trying to rip people off and stuff like that, come on, man. Get out of here with that. That's crazy. Shout out to my brother Jamel Jones in the building. Shalom. What's going on? DJ, what's going on? What's going on? Janae, yes, of course, sis. I helped you out. You know, thank you for sharing that. But you know, you didn't have to tell nobody that, but that's cool. You know, little things that I do to help out people in the community. I don't try to put everything out there. If y'all want to testify and say, Divine, help me with this, I'm okay with that. But I don't do it to be seen, to be heard. I do it because people have a need, right? And some people, they don't want their business out there. And I'm very confidential. I'm very private. I'm not going to put nobody's business out there. I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? You're never going to say that I ever screenshot something like personal and put it out there on somebody. Like, I don't do that. Or I recorded a call and I put somebody, like, I don't do stuff like that. That's agent type stuff. I don't do stuff like that. You feel me? If somebody says something publicly about me, then I'm going to share that because it's public. If it's personal, even if it's my enemy, I'm not going to put nobody out there like that. Because where I come from, we don't get down like that. So that even though like I came from a particular background before coming to this truth, there's certain like codes and guidelines that I abide by. You feel me? That was installed into me. So, I mean, it's going to stick with me. And that's just how I get down. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, Johnny. I try my best, man. Shout out to Frank Robertson in the building. Nah, Chris, you helped me too, bro. What you talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Anna Israel in the building. Again, family, thank y'all for your support, man. Y'all, like I said, man, I would not trade any one of y'all for anything else, man. Everybody that rocks with KHM is genuine, is real. You know what I'm saying? And they sharp, bro. You can't come in this chat act crazy, man. You get chopped up. That's the chopping block. Chopping block. That means you dead before you even get on the block. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it is what it is. So let's move forward. Let me put this information out there. I know you're gonna appreciate this information. Then after I put this information out there, I'll open up to Q&A. But as you already know, we completed part 3 of the El Shaddai, Yod-Heh Wav-Heh, El Elyon, 3 of a kind or one and the same lecture series. So many people is enjoying that lecture series. I'm glad y'all are, man. I mean, I knew it had to be done. It was a little bit more premature than I wanted to release. But you know, I was requested to do it. So I said, all right, I'll do it. No problem, to help out HCA. So I started the series. But there's a lot that I had to take out because it would just be extremely long. So we did part 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I'm getting emails, inbox messages. I mean, people are really receiving this thing. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was going to get a lot more backlash than that, but I mean, y'all love it. So I'm honored and I'm humbled that I can put that information out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So part 4, I will be doing part 4 on December 21st. Okay, that's going to be the last part. I'm trying to fit everything into that last part because I'm going to close off with the Tanakh. And those people who subscribe to the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, I'm going to show y'all, you know, how it links with everything else. But I'm telling you, man, that series is crazy fire, man. Crazy fire. Go back and check out the joint that I did in New Orleans too, man. That joint was, I like that lecture, man. That lecture was fire. It's really fire, man. And I just thank the Most High for, you know, downloading this information into me so that way I can reveal it. You know, shout out to Hayil Israel in the building. What's going on? Oh yeah. New York accent is always on deck. You know what I'm saying? 100. Navia, you said which one? Oh, the one in New Orleans or Orleans. I'm told I need to say Orleans, so I'm gonna say Orleans. Let me go ahead and share that with you real quick, sis, so you can check that out. Hold on 1 second. I got you. Hold on. Give me a second. And that one is the divine ecological revelation of the dietary law and its connection to African American identity. It's a mouthful, but when you watch it, it's serious, man. It's serious. So we got a lot more lectures. Don't forget, we're not going to skip on the lectures, man. I know you see do the live streams, we do the community proactivism and, you know, all that other stuff, but we got a lot of lectures lined up. You know, we got the reality show coming up. Oh, and we're working on the calendar, the KHM calendar. That's going to be fire. Gonna try to get that done, before April. So hopefully it'll be done by the end of February. We'll have that calendar done so that way you guys can use it. I'm telling you, you're gonna enjoy that calendar as well. So working on merchandise. I mean, we think tanking stuff over here, man. We got to change the game, man. Innovation is key. And we in a community that has a slow adoption rate and that is very stagnant, and we're shaking things up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. You either get on board or you're going to keep swimming. It's up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is moving because our community needs to wake up, man. We need cultural autonomy ASAP. That's the biggest weapon we have against oppression is autonomy. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're living behind enemy lines. You feel what I'm saying? And we're giving you the blueprint to do it. It's already there. We have a playlist that shows you what the blueprint is. You know what I'm saying? So we confident in it because it's lawful and it's legal. You know what I'm saying? And it works. It's efficient. It's effective. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's what it is. So, yeah, sis, let me share that for you in the chat real quick. And then you can go ahead and watch that. That's the one we did in New Orleans. Again, we're going to be in New Orleans again. All right, on the 16th. So, y'all definitely make sure you make it out to that. All right, that's the link right there. Minister Maccabi is funny. Janae, we will be so we're going to be touching down several cities. We're going to be in Florida, New York, Atlanta, Cali, Chicago, and some other Midwest state. It might be Las Vegas or somewhere else, but we're gonna hit up several cities for that 6-part mini series. Okay, so Cali is one of them. So we'll be out in Cali, North Carolina as well. We're gonna shoot some footage from there as well to put into the pilot series when we get out there. Well, actually, that'll probably be in episode 3. North Carolina will probably be in episode 3. And we're gonna be in Dallas, Real Judah. In March, we'll be in Dallas. So we're gonna shoot some footage when we're in Dallas as well. Chicago, I'm not sure, Shro, when I'll be in Chicago. And my sister Navia, she's out there as well. Not sure when we're gonna be in Chicago, but Chicago is definitely gonna be in that miniseries. Remember that this miniseries is important because this is what these producers for these television networks are gonna see in order for them to give us the funding so we can put it on live television. You know what I'm saying? And we're really gonna do we're either gonna do it on Bounce or we're gonna do it on a TV One or something like that because we know we know people at BET, but I don't want it on BET because they're gonna cause you to compromise it. TV One, you have more liberty. Bounce, you have more liberty. And these are all African American or Black centered or centric television station. So we're gonna put it on one of those. You know what I'm saying? That's really what we vouch for. We don't want to put it on MTV or no MTV or no A&E or no BET. Like we don't want it on none of those platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like there's too much garbage on there and they control nobody's gonna control what we put out. Like even if they don't pick it up, we're gonna keep putting it out on the web. You know what I'm saying? Independently if we have to. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But either way, we need something to counter the garbage that's out there. And we're going to do that. All right. But yeah, like I said, so we'll be filming in several cities, man. Adaya said, come to Vegas. Okay, we'll think about it. Hayel said, Dallas. Dallas, we're already going to be in Dallas in March. We'll be in Dallas in March. All right. So we're definitely coming to Dallas. So we're going to be shooting. So every city that I go to and KHM is there and there's an event or something like that, we're going to shoot footage. All right, for the reality show. The flyer, we're going to have that flyer done hopefully in maybe about 30 days. So by January, the flyer will be out promoting it before we even finish everything. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to build the hype up for y'all. Yeah, real Drew to pull up, man. Stack said, where in New York you're going to be? Anywhere between the Bronx and New York, or Manhattan. All right, that's where we're going to be at. In New York. I might visit downtown Brooklyn too. I'm not sure yet. Knowledge True says, come here to Hawaii. I would love to go to Hawaii. But we don't get a lot of requests out there in Hawaii. So if you want to help facilitate that knowledge, email us at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. All right. Hit us up and let us know. Because we would love to go to Hawaii, but we don't I think you're the first person that asks us to come to Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? But you can help facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested. So let me know. All right. All right. So let's get back to this. Let's get back to this information. All right. Let's get back to this information. So it's getting late. All right. Thank you for rocking, man. It's Saturday and going into Sunday. Sunday, really. You know what I'm saying? It's what, 2:22 a.m. and y'all still in here, man. Shout out to y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're enjoying the content, hit the thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Share this video everywhere. Okay. Again, hit that thumbs up. There's enough of y'all in here. Hit that thumbs up. And like I said, if y'all missed it, rewind it back. We put out a lot of good information in here, man. And a lot of things that we're offering. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just like y'all like the information, you like the debate and stuff like that, the live streams, we need y'all to support the services that we have. And we need y'all to support the community pro-activism that we do. Like, we need the same amount of energy y'all put in for everything else, we need for those things as well. That's the only way that we can manifest this information that's abstract and make it concrete. You know what I'm saying? When we're able to apply it and yield tangible results. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Casanova, he said, come on and edify us. I got church in the morning, a few hours. Prince said, this is my first time ever hearing you. It's your first time, Prince? Man, you got to go to the channel, binge watch all the videos that we have on the channel, man. There's so much information on here. I'm telling you, so much. It's going to blow your mind, man. Facts. All right. Yeah, Stacks, let's do chess, man. You know, I do chess. Let's do chess. No doubt. Let's do chess. Janae, I don't know. You crazy, Navia. I don't know about that. Maybe. I don't mind. No doubt, Prince. And again, I thank you for jumping in, man. I appreciate that. Ronnie, I already know. He said he saw the live was on and he jumped on. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, you know, I know there's a lot of people that, you know, when I go live on Saturdays, they tend to miss church the next day. You know, they come on here undercover and they really going to church. And it's fine. If you go to church, you go to church, man. Shout out to Prince Black for the donation. Appreciate that, my brother. If you go to church, you go to church. It is what it is. But, you know, people be missing church because they be up here watching this. You know what I'm saying? Some people even miss Sabbath service. That's not my intention. If you miss these services, maybe church. No, I'm just playing with y'all. But there's people that be watching it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't be making it to church because they up here watching Let's Go Live. So, you know, when we get enough resources and I'm able to do this full time for y'all, then we'll probably do Friday and Saturday night for y'all, and Monday and Tuesday, and give y'all consistent content every week, man, because I'm here to serve y'all. It's not about Divine Prospect. I'm just a vessel to get things moving and shaking. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cornbread, 310-90221 in the building. So let's go. Let's go into information. All right. So family, let's get into information. I know this is the part that a lot of y'all are waiting for. Let's get into information. All right. Some people's like, yo, Divine, man, why you waste time debating and do everything? Just get the information. I'm like, yo, it's multifaceted what we do here, man. Like, we're not one dimensional. Like, we innovate in every area possible. You know what I'm saying? Because even if we don't want to do it, if nobody's doing it, we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to make it happen. You know, so it's a lot on my plate. That's fine. Like I said, you know, we got the KHM team. We're restructuring, building up strong again. So I could divvy out more work for them. So that way I can just focus on giving y'all information. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as a leader, you're always on the front line with people behind you, right? As a boss, you in the back and everybody's in front of you. I don't move like that. I don't move. There's a difference between being a leader and a boss. It's a big difference, man. We don't do the boss thing. We do the leadership thing. It's different. That's why you see me on the front line with my family on the front line in the streets, man. But anything could go down. We shouldn't have to be out there like looking crazy like that, right? We need the community behind us. You feel what I'm saying? So, but all right, I know. Sometimes I put a lot out there. There's a lot going on in here. So, all right, let's get to the information, man. Let's get to the information. So, I want to show you something real quick. Oh man, Jamel, my prayers and condolences to you, my brother. Yes, I remember that, man. I remember that. But I'm here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Again, if y'all need any kind of edification, encouragement, empowerment because you're going through something, we have a playlist exclusively for that. Let me drop the playlist. I could drop the playlist in here. Let me drop the playlist in here for y'all real quick because I know some of y'all may be going through it. You may need some encouragement or whatever. I got y'all. Like I said, we multifaceted over here. All right. I'm gonna put the playlist. Hold on. I'm gonna put the playlist link here. And go ahead. Make sure you're going check out our playlist, man. Check out our playlist. All right. Hold on. There you go. If y'all need some edification, encouragement, empowerment, if you want to be equipped and educated, but you really need that, a word to like inspire your soul, man, we got y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got y'all, man. I mean, it's light. We got y'all. So that's the link right there. Click on that and be edified, man. Okay. And we got a lot of other stuff up here too. A lot of other stuff, man. Oh, Incognito series. We got a new episode coming up soon for the Incognito series. And that's just like that's a on the fly series, but we got that playlist for Incognito. The Incognito series is crazy, but we got some more of that coming up soon too. All right. That's another series that we got as well, right? Prince, you said you want to change. No, Prince, you are changed. You just don't realize it yet. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is speak to the future you and bring him right now to the present. That's how we build. That's how we mentor, right? So, I mean, your wants and your desires is fine, but the future you is the real investment, right? We're going to take that future you and we're going to have you live it today. That's how we're going to build you up. You feel me? So we got you. We got you. All right. We got you. So email us, man. kingdomharmony@gmail.com. Let's take care of you, man. We got you. All right. We got you. All right. All right. So let me get to this information, man. Shout out to the elder Pastor Johnson. Scripture says to honor the hoary head or the gray-haired head. So shout out to Pastor Johnson in the building. He's the reason why I'm probably going to come back to Florida. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Pastor Johnson in the building. You'll go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. Merman7234, what good is delivering information if we can't retain it? Not sure what you mean about that. Minister Maccabi says, can you go over how you fast? Wow, that's great. That'll probably be another one. Yes, Rodney, Incognito, that reality series is on YouTube. And that's something that I put together. So it's not, the professional production quality that the official reality show next year will have, or what you'll see in this video when we went out fighting on behalf of charter schools. That's top-notch quality, but that's a series that I put together that I just do. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and check it out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. One episode, we go and we're looking for an egg-laying rabbit for Easter. And for some reason, we couldn't find it. And that's episode 1. Episode 2 is where we go to this big box retailer that has a pharmacy in it and have a discussion with them about vaccinations. It's really eye-opening, man. But we go in undercover. And we do this show, man. It's cool. Like I said, we got more episodes coming through, man. Check it out. Go ahead and check it out. All right. Merman7234 said, what's good for memory? Well, if you want to, improve your memory, and once in a while, I may take supplements for memory. I don't really take supplements a lot for memory, I guess, because when I do, sometimes I just don't feel any effect. I guess, you have to have a need for it in order for it to work, but I don't know. But you can get several things to help out with memory. All right. You can get some, wow, I'm supposed to be remembering this, right? Lion's mane, which is sourced from a mushroom. Lion's mane is good for memory. Your ginkgo biloba is good for memory. Because what you want to do is you want to expand the arteries that goes up to the brain and make sure this substance can get past the blood-brain barrier in order to help with the formation of neurons. And make sure that they're firing effectively. Anything that's going to help you to sleep as well, like chamomile, lavender, are really good as well, because relaxation should go hand in hand with memory. And there's other things. You can get several memory boosting stacks that has several things in it, like APC is also good for memory. You can get some choline, which is good for memory as well. Phosphatidylserine, phosphatidylcholine, that's also good for memory as well. And there's also a load of stuff. Again, if you're interested in that, we do consultations on health. So if your memory is not that good and you need an assessment consultation, we got you. If you want a customized regimen, we got you. Email us at naturalpathtoeden@gmail.com or kingdomhorrorministries@gmail.com. Anybody can put the emails in the chat, or you can just inbox me on the social media data that you see up there, and we'll help you as far as memory. If you want to increase your memory, we can help you with that. We got regimens for that. All right. All right. So shout out to Brian in the building. What's going on, my brother? See you on Court TV. Brother put in big work, man. Y'all subscribe to my brother Brian, get the ESQ, one of my right-hand men right there. Y'all click on his avatar and y'all go ahead and subscribe to his channel, okay? Anytime, merman, all right? Blueberries help as well. Antioxidants is good. Blueberry spirulina is also good for memory as well, all right? Spirulina is excellent for memory, all right? Shout out to Janae. She over here patronizing everybody on here, man. So let's get to this information, man. Let's get to this information, all right? So, I don't even know what your sister's laughing about. I don't know what y'all laughing about. All right, so let's get into information. So, one of the main things that we do here is we get into culture, right? And culture is essentially and critically important for any kind of growth and development to occur within this community, okay? A lot of times we focus on the metaphysical, the abstract, things that we call spiritual, but if you're not rooted and grounded in the concrete culture, then all of the other stuff is messed up. Your spirituality is dictated by your culture. Your culture dictates your spirituality, your perception of your spirituality, the application of your spirituality, your knowledge and presuppositions of spirituality is all centered into your culture. Whatever culture you engage is going to affect your spirituality. All right. So with that being said, if you're reading an ancient text like what we call the Bible, and you're not reading it within its contemporary ancient Near Eastern perspective, you're going to lose a lot of the essence of the text. You cannot read it like it's a contemporary novel, like somebody just wrote it today or last week or something like that. It was written in a different time frame to a particular audience and to subsequent generations, right? That stems from that lineage and those who want to cleave unto that as well. But we have to be able to read it within its Near Eastern context. So one thing that's very important, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give y'all tools. I will show y'all tools, man. Let me show you a Bible that I bought. So now, me, I get into the original languages, right? Whether that's Hebrew, whether that's Greek, but like I said, I don't really like the Greek that much. I really get into the Syriac more. And speaking of such, I have some other things that I'm going to give away soon as well. But let me show it to y'all real quick. Let me show it to y'all. Oh, man, I'm just knocking everything over on my desk. It's crazy. All right, so for those of you who are interested in languages like I am, these are my packages. I purchased this some time ago, and I went through both of them already. Sometimes I go back and review them. But for me, Biblical Hebrew, Ugaritic, and Syriac, okay? These, to me, are the most important original languages to learn if you really want to get into culture, okay? Biblical Hebrew, Ugaritic, and Syriac, okay? So I'm going back into this material as well as courses that I have signed up for, university courses I've signed up for as well, so I can be extremely sharp in here. My channel is not really a language channel. I'll share some language tidbits and stuff when I do lectures or when I speak about certain subject matters, but this is not a linguistics channel. So if you're looking for that, this is not it. But from time to time, we will break down some grammar in regards to original languages, all right? Because we're going to show you why you should invest your time in learning these things. But even if you don't have the time to learn it, we'll still share information with you and give you the sources so you can go back and fact check everything that we say. This is why we say lexicons is crucially important in order for you to fact check the stuff that I teach and I share. So if you're interested, we will be doing a giveaway of the Greek. We'll be doing a giveaway of the Ugaritic, of the Syriac, of the Hebrew, of the Aramaic, and what else? I think we have a Ge'ez package too. But we're gonna be just giving this stuff away. All right. So y'all tune in again. The more Patreon subscribers that we get, the more stuff we give away publicly on this channel and exclusively on Patreon. All right. So this is why I say when I say that the old Syriac Sinaiticus palimpsest, that is my go-to text. I did a whole lecture called "Baptized in the Tradition of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit," and I go into Syriac in that. I show you a little bit of Syriac in that, and I compare with the Greek manuscript, Codex W. All right, the old Syriac Sinaiticus palimpsest with Codex W, and I get into the language in that. Right, this right here is what I used some time ago to get into Syriac, and this was a great resource. This gets you started, man. You know what I'm saying? Ugaritic. When I was getting into Ugaritic, this is this primary source that I use to get into my Ugaritic. You know what I'm saying? When I did my biblical Hebrew, that was this right here was my primary source when I got into Hebrew. But now, since I've already completed the beginners, now I'm moving into the more advanced stages, right? The intermediate stages. You know what I'm saying? And then trying to work my way to expert and advanced at some point. It's just that I don't have a lot of time, right? I can't sit here and do this every day like I would like to. But whenever I do make time, I get it for real. And I want to inspire y'all to do the same thing, right? But we'll be giving this stuff away for free. So y'all subscribe to this channel, make your pledges on Patreon, and we're gonna be giving free stuff away, like books and stuff. We're just gonna give y'all stuff away, like these books that I got here as well, like the social structure of ancient Israel, contextualizing Israel's sacred writings. This gets into the literary and orality and literary production of the manuscripts. This is what I use to show that, you know, the information in the Tanakh was first an oral tradition before it made its way being written. Same thing with the so-called Brit Hadashah. This, I show you the social structure of ancient Israel and doing a cross-cultural analysis and comparison or comparative cultural or cultural comparative analysis, which are anthropological terms, between this ancient culture and cultures in West Africa, is one phase of information in which I demonstrate the migration route, acculturation, cultural diffusion, enculturation, and then from there onto the ships and over here to the Americas. So the methodology that we utilize is cross-cultural analysis that we do by looking at the basic similarities between things and then the distinct similarities that they share and the frequency of differences, right? And putting it through an algorithm or a formula in order to deduce whether or not there's some degree of relativity between the two, that we can make an argument for something, right? So I have another book coming in that I ordered. I don't have it yet. It will be here soon. I could tell y'all the name of that book as well. I know you want me to get into the information. I got you. Give me 1 second. People want to know about these books, man. I got you. Give me 1 second. So there's another book that I ordered. Let me go ahead and check on it now since I brought it up. I'm talking to y'all that I would recommend for y'all to get. And it is called Divination in Ancient Israel and its Near Eastern Environment. Okay. So I'm waiting on that book to make its way here. All right. And then what I'll probably do in a future session is show you all my lexicons that I use. I think I mentioned it's 5 major lexicons that I use, but I have 7 total, but there's 5 major ones that I use as well. But we'll get into that in another session. So let me get to the information. All right. I'm sorry. Just had a moment. Wanted to share some sources with y'all. All right. All right. Let me see. So getting back into culture, right? And understanding how culture roots and grounds you in order for you to develop a spirituality, right? Because culture is the spiritual immune system, okay? And if you don't have an immune system, then you cannot protect the things which is sacred and necessary for life, okay? So in order for you to navigate through life, you have to have a centralized, stable, rooted and anchored culture, okay? Because that is going to be the lens in which you see and perceive everything around you, okay? So one thing is getting into the Torah, right? Getting into what we call the mitzvot, the statute, laws, and commandments. It's a high science, right? But if you cannot ground it in culture and concrete, then it doesn't matter how high the science is. People is not going to get it, right? But the highest science to me is the anthropological nature of social interactions based on a common understanding of things, right? That's the most powerful bond or glue when it pertains to, you know, supreme knowledge. And most people miss that. In order for you to understand these mitzvot, you have to be able to look at the text within its ancient Near Eastern culture. So let me give you an example of what I mean, because I'm going to show you a book now. Let me bring it up right now while I'm talking. I'm going to put it on the screen shortly. When we go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27, 28, I'm going to show you the Bible that I purchased, that I have, that I recommend to you. Shout out to Pastor Johnson for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, you like that, right, Rodney? That's cool, right? That's cool. That's cool. Supreme mathematics, Johnny. All right. So I want y'all to get this Bible because, you know, translations, I still use translations. But I can also get into the original language, so I don't have to solely rely on translations. But some people don't have the time or the resources to really get into original languages, so they want to know what's the best translation to get. So I recommend that, right? And there's two interlinear Bibles, a reverse interlinear and an interlinear Bible. ESV is the translation that you can get if you really want to kind of see how to juxtapose and compare the original language and the English translation. And it's sourced from the BHS and it's sourced from the Novum Testamentum, right? And these are like the standard manuscripts that's used in regards to translations, right? Now, I've mentioned this on previous live streams before, but this is not like the book live stream, so but y'all can go ahead and check that out. Just put interlinear ESV and you'll see those two Bibles you can get for Amazon. But if you go into the mitzvot, if you don't understand the cultural literature that we call the Tanakh within its ancient Near Eastern context, you're not going to understand why the patron deity of the text is telling the Israelites not to do something, right? So this in the ancient Levant, and this is leading into the knowledge, and I'm going to show you the reference in 1 second, right? The Bible, like I said, the reason why I got this Bible is not because of the translation. I got it because of the information behind the translation. It's deep, and I recommend all of y'all to go. You can get it in the ebook form, which I'm about to show y'all, or you can get it in the physical form. Y'all need this Bible. I agree with a great deal of it. There's a few elements that's kind of infused with Judeo-Christian perspectives, but for the most part, it's pretty objective. It's a great resource. Great resource. When we get into the text and we see in some of the mitzvot the things that they're told not to do, right? The Israelites are told specifically, do not follow the customs of the other nations, right? Because these things would lead you to doing things that's adverse against the covenant, the pact, the contract between the covenant deity, your forefather, that then extends to you as a benefactor or beneficiary, right? So the important thing to understand with this is that if you don't know or have a source of things that was going on, it's hard to put what's being taught in the mitzvot into proper perspective. The reason why the patron deity is used in Israel was to enthrone, this is deep, enthrone itself over the other nations by using Israel as the means of doing so. And the purpose of that is to usher in a standard of righteousness, right, that permeates between all the neighboring entities that is around Israel. And the ones that have punished Israel and attacked Israel, that there will be some vengeance for that, right? But when I teach about the ancient pre-Israelite Israelite culture, the core of it is pre-monarchy, but then it extends into the monarchy. But when the monarchy period comes, there's a degree of nationalism that is imposed into the culture, okay? And then centralized at a state level, okay? That's political science in that realm. I'm not going to get into that today. But the purpose of the patron deity talking to the people is saying simply that you're going to carry my name. And name there, the name, when we say Shem, Shame, however you want to say it, that has to do with the character of the patron deity. And the patron deity's character has to be imbued into you so that you can then dispense it as you walk. The purpose of being in this culture is so it can cause the crooked parts of you to be straight, so that way you can move forward and you can demonstrate the character of the deity in the earth. And when you go back to the source, remember I told you the appeal process is formulaic and how you send up prayers. It's a process of appeal. You're appealing fate that's already been meted out based on actions that you performed and the consequences that's on that road. And then on the other end, which is the end destination, and how the purpose of you praying is so that way you can get intervention from the judge. So that way your motion for his intervention can be accepted, and then he can intervene on behalf of that path of faith that's leading you to adversarial consequences. That's the purpose of prayer. Meditation is being able to purge yourself by musing over your murmurs preferably to melodies. Did a whole lecture on it called Meditation by the Book. Look it up, Meditation by the Book. So when you muse over your murmurs to melodies, when you're having a moment, wow, that's deep. That's the purpose of meditation. So you can filter and purge what's in here, your lab, your heart, the center of you, right? So when you murmur, you're allowing it to come out, flowing and freely, uninhibited, unobstructed. You're allowing your thoughts to come out of your mouth from your heart. And while you're doing that to the patron deity, you're musing, contemplating over the things that are coming out of your heart. And when it comes out your heart, it's raw, right? It's not cute. It's not pretty. It's raw. It could be, I just want to give Yah, his halal. I want to make him bright. That's what praise means. You're making him bright. I just want to make him bright. I want to make him shine. You got to make him shine. Not you shine, him shining. You're the reflection of him. So that's where your meditation comes in. When you purge, filter, you know what I'm saying? You get these things out. You muse over the things in your heart towards the creator. And when you have an instrumental, a melody going on, it allows it to flow much freely. So that way the mind, the actual conscious is distracted. So the subconscious elements can come out. The conscious is distracted by the tones and the melodies. So therefore the subconscious can come out and it can exude itself from out of you. And when it starts to come out, the conscious mind will then latch on and identify the things that are inside the subconscious mind that the conscious mind may not be aware of. And when you're doing this to the patron deity and allowing it to flow, it could be a range of wicked, evil things. It could be a range of anger, bitterness. It could be a range of happiness and joy. You're allowing these things to come out so you could muse over it daily. That's what meditation is. It's not what you learn about the Taoist form of meditation. No. That's what meditation. Prayer is a formulaic process of motioning for an appeal so that way a judgment that's been rendered based on your actions can be intervened and interrupted, and you could be detoured on a more favorable path. That's why you pray. The formula is all throughout the text for different scenarios and situations. So let's slow it down for a second. Let's slow it down. I know it's a lot. Watch this, right? So once we understand that prayer situation, we understand that meditation. Now we go into the various customs that exist, and then we go into the mitzvot, the minhag, the custom that's surrounding the core, which is your statute, laws, and commandments. That's right here. And then on top of that, you have the prayer element, the meditation element. Everything is intertwined. And you can get consistent, repeatable results. It is a science. The problem is we have not mastered that science to get repeatable results. Our yields are low because we're not following the formula in order to achieve the end result that we're seeking for. We're not even doing libations anymore. That's another discussion, right? So what I simply want to do is give you more information. If you're going to study statute, laws, and commandments, and people say this all the time, statute, laws, but they never break it down from a cultural perspective. I'm going to show you something. Right? We're going to get some. And this is why learning sister languages is important. Remember I told y'all about the Ugaritic, right? And I showed y'all one source that y'all can get. You can order for yourself, get the Ugaritic, or if you want to purchase it through us, we can give it to you much cheaper than what you would get it online somewhere. But if you're interested in those courses, you should get into it because then it will help you to put things within its proper perspective. That lecture series that I'm doing now, that El Shaddai, Yohe El Elyon, three of a kind, or one and the same, some of that relies on knowing Ugaritic and going into the Ugaritic text. Now, therefore, I'm not going to sit there and give a primer to Ugaritic before teaching. I mean, that's for the type of audience that I'm doing that to live. They're not there yet, right? All of them are not there yet. They're sharp, but they're not there yet. So what I try to do is show them elements of the language, sister cultures, archaeology, so they can get interested in it. And the more of them that are interested, now we can go into deeper things, right? But what I want to show you is a particular scripture that we read all the time. But the question is, do you understand it? This is why I'm recommending this Bible. Let me show you the Bible. All right, let's go. All right. Mr. Casanova, yes, you can. By repenting. I did a lecture on circumcision, right? It's crazy. It's called A Cut Above. Check it out. That's deep. You got to get you. People think circumcision is just one nip tuck of the head or the foreskin of the penis. No, no. Circumcision has to happen 3 times, twice by you and once by the deity. Circumcision has to happen 3 times, twice by you and once by the deity. If you don't understand that, you're doing circumcision wrong. I have a lecture. It's called A Cut Above. Check it out. It's on this YouTube channel. You can go watch it. It's a great watch. It's a great video because people don't even know if they're doing circumcision right or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, we got circumcised. You think it's just coming off the foreskin? No, no. Circumcision has to happen 3 times if you're really going to get, really involved in this walk. 3 times. Yes, Pastor Johnson, 3 times. Check out the lecture's called Cut Above. Matter of fact, let me make it easy for y'all. Let me put it up here. Let me show y'all something. All right, here you go. Let me dump it in here. All right, go ahead and check it out. Now let me give you the one on meditation, because I know y'all probably interested in that too. Oh, here it is. Okay, and the one on prayer is coming up. Okay, the one on prayer is coming up. All right, so I just shared with y'all 2 links. The first one is on circumcision. The second one is on meditation. The one on prayer, I'm working on that for next year. Okay. All right. So people talk about the statute, laws, and commandments a lot, but they never put it within its ancient Near Eastern context, and it's very difficult for them to explain to you why. Well, I teach that Torah is the practical application of divine order. Practical application of divine order, right? And divine order is not limited to the terrestrial realm. Divine order also occurs in the so-called Shemayim, heavenly realm, or what we call celestial realm, okay, or the unseen realm. And I have a debate coming up on hell as well. Some people want to debate me on hell. It's really interesting. But even if you look into the Greek word for Hades, which is also translated as hell, it just means the unseen realm. So if somebody gives you a depiction of the unseen realm, how are they able to tell you what's in the unseen realm unless they've been there? They'd have to be there to show you or give you some verifiable divine revelation, you know what I'm saying, or epiphany, or whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's when I do that debate, I'll have it on here for y'all so you can see me break that down. It's really deep. It's really heavy, right? And then I really want to wait till I go visit hell and heaven and come back. Yeah, the gates of heaven. Yeah, I'm going to go visit the gates of heaven. I know where that's at, right? And I'm going to go visit hell as well. I know where that's at as well. I'm going to go visit these places, take some selfies, you know what I'm saying? Chill or whatever the case may be. And then I'm going to come back to y'all with the footage. I really want to have that before I have a debate on this because I want to show people what hell really is like, and it gets a lot of bad rap. But that's neither here nor there, right? So watch this. Watch this. So when people talk about the mitzvot, I'm gonna show you one particular mitzvot that people talk about all the time, but they never really get the ancient Near Eastern context and understanding of it. But I'm gonna break it down for y'all right now. So let's get into it. So let me show you this resource that I want all y'all to go out and buy today. And we can even add it as a giveaway. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to add it as a giveaway. Let me bring it up right now. Let me bring it up right now for y'all. All right, so here it is. All right, and let's add a mic. Okay. So here is the book right here. It's called Cultural Background Study Bible, Bringing to Life the Ancient World of Scripture. This is an invaluable tool. Now, again, like I said, there's some things in it that I disagree, but that is the minority. I would say that's probably about 20%. 80% of it, I rocks with. 20%, questionable, right? Like even when they talk about the Exodus, right? But they're honest, though. They're objective and honest. That's why I like this book. And what they do is that they give you the things that you're reading within its ancient Near Eastern context. So y'all need to really get on top of game. Like this right here. These are the type of books that we need to purchase. When I talk about culture, There's so many different references on culture that help me to see through all of the fluff and get to the real uncut raw thing. And that's what happens. Religion, it just makes things too metaphysical and so-called spiritual, and it's like abstract. It's not really rooted. Like, they don't have repeatable results. That's a scientific method. The things I'm sharing with you guys, meditation, prayer, that's all scientific. I take the scientific method and I apply it to these elements in the anthropological field and see if it's repeatable. If it's not, go back to the drawing board until we get it where it is. And I found the formula that is repeatable. You can get repeatable results. It's possible. But if you don't understand the culture, you cannot execute that. All right? All right. I'm just looking at what y'all saying in here. So sis Adaya, get the New King James Version. The NIV is, so you have two spectrums of English Bible translations. You have what's called the formal equivalency translation and the dynamic equivalency translation. Formal equivalency tries to do more of a word for word translation, and dynamic equivalency does more of a thought for thought translation. Hence why NIV is easier to read than like a King James, right? Or a New King James or New American Standard Bible or ESV, right? When you get the NLT, NIV, Message Bible is garbage. NLT is, I'm not gonna say it's garbage, but I don't fool with it. It's too loose, right? I like stuff that are slavish to the original language. So my preferred Bible translation is ESV, or the New American Standard Bible, and maybe even a NKJV, which we're seeing here. Since they don't have an ESV in this, I recommend the NKJV because it's easier to do a word for word study. But nonetheless, this Bible is really not one that's heavy on grammar or lexical values and semantic ranges of words, and stuff like that. It's really giving you the cultural context of the Bible within its ancient Near Eastern perspective, right? And I want to show y'all why this is really important. So let me get into this. Let's go to Vayikra 19, chapter 19, verse 27, okay? All right. Leviticus 19. I'm showing you how cool this this Bible is. You can get the physical one or you can get the ebook. I have the ebook here, right? But watch this. This was released in 2017. This is, I'm telling you, man, I'm still going through this thing. I love this Bible, man. I love it. Not really because of the translation, but the background information it gives you. It's really helpful in my studies. It's a great compliment. But there's things that I engineer that's original as well that I don't see in any book. And there's things that I get from various books through interdisciplinary research. And then I'm able to amalgamate all that data and then streamline it and be able to give you or output something to you that's more coherent. And it's really based on how I process the data, right? But nonetheless, let's go to 19 and 27, right? Watch this. Not 27. I'm sorry. Did I say 27? I meant 28. All right. 27, I can do another time. People say, oh, Divine, you get your hair cut. Yo, you getting your hair cut out. Yo, that's against the scriptures. Do they even understand what that means? But they don't understand what that means. But I'm gonna help you out. I'm about to show y'all some information. I was gonna avoid it, but I guess I can deal with it. Let me highlight this for y'all, right? Watch this. Let me show y'all something, right? You shall not shave around the sides of your beard, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. I am Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. So there's a lot of things that we're going to do with this. Well, actually, not tonight. Not tonight. There's a few things we're going to do tonight. The first thing is I'm going to show you I guess it's not really a footnote. It's like a side note. I'm going to show you the side note. Okay. I'm going to show you the side note. Before I show you the side note, well, let me show you the side note. There's a lot of, before I show it to you, there's a lot of misconceptions around this. And the reason why this is open to interpretation is because people do not study sister cultures. They do not study the ancient Near Eastern culture, right? They don't study language. They don't study archaeology. And when you don't study these things, this is open for any type of interpretation, okay? And sometimes people rely on Christian sources and Jewish sources to understand what this is, right? Which is really bad way to approach this, right? So I'm going to explain to y'all what this means. So when people say, Ak, yo, you shaving around the sides of your head, man. What's wrong with you? What's going on? Shave around the sides of your head, which I don't do, and disfigure the edges of your beard, which I don't do. People think, it's just clipping off your beard. No, it's not. It's not that. It's not that. You know what? Let me do this. I'm trying to figure out how to approach this real quick for y'all. I'm gonna make this really juicy, man. Really juicy. All right. So watch this, right? Let me show you something, because again, the problem is we put things in the wrong perspective. Somebody remember the number 127 for me. Anybody remember the number 127 for me? Y'all gonna help me out right now. All right, somebody remember the number 127, okay? Anybody remember this 127, all right? All right. So let me show y'all something, okay? Somebody remember 101 and 127, 2 different pages. I need y'all. Somebody remember 101, somebody remember 127, all right? So let me show you this, because you're like, yo, Divine, you getting your hair cut. And it's funny because on Facebook, I put a post up of me getting my hair cut. Because y'all can tell just by looking that I get shape ups, right? I get shape ups. Sometimes I have to trim my beard down so it can grow properly. Sometimes my beard grows wild. Sometimes it grows on point. It just does what it wants, right? But I do trim it, right? And I do get shape ups, right? People gonna say, "Oh, you breaking the commandments? What you doing?" So they want me to out here looking crazy. Okay, that's not gonna happen, man. Because when you know better, you do better, all right? So I'm gonna put y'all onto game, all right? Page 107, 127. Thank you, Santonio and Janae. Thank you for holding that. Now, let me show you this reference real quick. Again, I have so many books and physical books and PDFs for days, right? A lot of stuff I purchase out of my own money. Some stuff I get for free, right? But what I like to do is when I show y'all something, I like to give y'all a source that you can get for free so that you can fact check. I don't want to get all of these deep university, course books and, expensive books that I have, and none of y'all can never get a chance to even read these books to see whether or not I'm taking something out of context, if I'm cherry picking, if I'm proof texting. Y'all know I don't get down like that, but I want to give you something to proof text me, not proof text, but to fact check me, right? So here's this book right here. I'm gonna switch over to this, and I'm gonna switch back to what I want to show you, right? So hold on real quick. Now y'all can't see my face. It's okay, but look, keep these scriptures in mind, because I'm gonna show y'all something. All right, I'm gonna show y'all something. All right, just bear with me. Hold on, let me pull up this next screen. Hold on. Y'all gonna appreciate it, right? Okay. Hold on. All right. Here we go. Let's switch over. All right. All right. So here's this book right here called Religious Texts from Ugaritic. Okay. So religious texts from Ugaritic. So how, in regards to Canaanite culture, the most replete and complete sources that we have is from Ugaritic, which is in Ugaritic, which is a West Semitic language, right? So if we're going to understand the Canaanite culture, and we're going to understand what some of the customs were, we have to go into whatever is the most complete sources that we have from that culture. Now, we got a lot of other things as well. We got some Ammonite inscriptions, Moabite inscriptions, etc., right? Philistine stuff. So we got other stuff, right? Inscriptions, and also actual archaeological data. But because Ugarit was a special place, which is modern day Ras Shamra, when you go into this text, you actually see some customs there that was being performed amongst the people. So now, once I read this to you, I'm going to interpret it within the context of ancient Near Eastern culture, which includes Israelite culture. And then we're going to go back and we're going to read Israelite culture to get a better understanding. And after I do this, I don't know if y'all want me to stay on and take questions or whatever. I don't know. Let me know if y'all still want me to stay up. That's fine. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to bed, okay? Or find something else to do, to calm my mind before I go to bed, because this is a lot of deep information. But watch this. Watch this. It's called Religious Text from Ugarit, right? Second edition by N. Wyatt. You can get this for free online. Just Google it. You get it for free online. I'm giving you a free source. I'm not going to give to you some deep university book or whatever. Just giving you a free source you can get for yourself, and you can fact check what I'm about to show you. In this, I'm going to show you the English translation, right? Going forward, what I will do is read some footnotes for you, or even go into the original language if necessary. But in this case, I don't really need to go into the original language because this translation is pretty decent for what I'm trying to show you. So watch this. The first page, page 101, right? Page 101. Let's go to page 101. Page 101. Okay. So here we have a situation where we have a servant of Baal that is going to El, who is the patron deity, the one that fathered all these other deities, or whatever the case may be, who is the supreme overseer of everything. And she's requesting for a temple or a house to be built for Baal. When she approaches El, she says something very interesting. She says, "You are great, O El. The greatness of your what? Of your beard does indeed make you wise, and the knowledge in your breast does indeed instruct you." So she's complimenting him, right? Because she wants to get a favor out of him, okay? And again, I bring this up in the lecture series that I'm just working on, right? She says, "The grayness of your beard does indeed, excuse me, make you wise." Important. Again, remember, Ugaritic was, Ugaritic is the language. Ugarit is the city. Ugaritic was a haven for scribes to come and learn, and different crossroads or different cultures would come in there. But there was also indigenous people that were there as well, that were the gatekeepers, or what were the libraries of Canaanite culture. The Amorites came and took over that region. And when the Amorites took over that region, the scribes of Ugaritic was influenced by the Amorite slant on the heavenly realm, the gods and so forth, right? So when you read Ugaritic material, there's a lot of good sound information that agrees with the Tanakh, but there's some that doesn't, right? And a lot of times the parts that doesn't is a slant of what we would say is the truth, is a slant of it, because what we're seeing things is from the Israelite perspective, but there's other perspectives as well, is a slant on it based on Amorite propaganda. This is why when the Most High speaks to Abraham, it says the sin of the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full. The Amorites were responsible for initiating customs and practices based on what they value. Again, why culture is important. And Baal, who was believed by some scholars to be the chief patron deity of the Amorites, how they influence the scribes of Ugaritic, which is mostly indigenous peoples that live there, to write into their mythology Baal as being the champion. So when the Israelites come in, they, Baal gets dethroned, Yod-Heh-Wafe is enthroned, and then now you'll get a new Most High, because the Most High is any deity that's the executive over, what's going on. And then when you go into the New Testament, you see Yel Shah is the executive over things that's going on according to New Testament theology. That's why he's sitting on the right hand, which means he's fused with the messenger of Yah. So the one that you see in Daniel 7, Revelation 1, they're not a pre-existent Christ, what people say. No, it's the fusion of a man who was a servant, who through adoptionism was infused with the Spirit, which is the right hand of the Most High that was on him, that moved him to do his mission. When he died, that hand was still on him. It raised him up according to New Testament theology, took him and sat him down on the right hand, and that right hand was reserved for the executor of the name or the essence of Yod-Heh-Wafe, which is the hand of El. El is in the distance. He uses his hand, which is Yod-Heh-Wafe, was the avatar that he manifests, and he either manifests it as a messenger, as a being, as an entity. Sometimes he manifests as a man. Sometimes he puts it on a man and uses that man to do his thing. Okay, I know that's deep. Go back and check out the lecture series. We get more details on that. Nevertheless, When we look at the depiction of El, he has a gray beard. Okay, that's indicative of wisdom that we see here. It makes you wise. That's why when you see the scriptures that says rise to the hoary head, it's talking about respecting your elders. Imagine if the youth really had Torah in the practical way that we teach here, how much change it would make. But y'all have to be the conveyors of this knowledge. So I can't reach everybody that y'all can reach. Nevertheless, we understand something important about Baal is that he has a gray beard. Now watch this. Watch this. Then we're going to go to the other page, which I believe was 127, right? It was 127, right? Watch this. Now, mind you, this is from the Baal cycle, right? Which is a mythos from Ugarit, okay? So now when we go to page 127, I'm going to show you something, right? Baal is killed by Mut, right? In Hebrew, that means death. But in Ugaritic text, it's a manifestation of a deity, right? It's a manifestation of a deity who's in charge of the underworld, right? Like some people would say it's Hades, right? From Greek mythology, whatever the case may be. And Zeus is really compared to being Baal, and Israelite, they compare him to Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh because he's the cloud rider that throws lightning and stuff like that, whatever. And then they believe that there's older gods, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kronos is one of the older gods in regards to the Grecian mythos and all of that. That's fun stuff, right? Clash of the Titans, watch that. It's a great thing. Or you can go read the books on it, right? But nevertheless, Mut kills Baal. Because Mut is a hater, like Baal was a hater, right? Baal was hating because El was trying to put Yam, who's in Hebrew, that means sea, but it's in mythos, Ugaric, it's the personification of the sea, which then is a deity, right? It's deep because in the scriptures we see that Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, he actually fights Baal and he fights Yam. He fights them, right? He beats them up, and the text tells you that, right? But a lot of times we miss that. So Baal is killed by Mut. So what happens is the text says that Baal is the son of Dagon, right? Which we know is, Dag can mean fish or can mean grain, but Dagon was the chief patron deity of the Philistines according to Israelite culture, right? Or Israelite literature. And it's believed that El, he might be the grandfather of Baal, right? That he fathered Dagon, and Dagon had Baal, and for some reason Dagon is really in the picture like that, but Baal is, right? But anyway, so he's killed, right? Baal is killed, and there's a ritual that El follows. Again, this ritual that he follows is the slant on the mythos that reflects the Amorite culture, which then influenced all of Canaan, and according to Israelite cultural literature, is the cause for the degradation of that area. Hence why Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh had to go in and spew them out, beat them up, subject them, etc. That's the rules of engagement. That's how things work. When something is corrupt in this realm, and your priest and your king is corrupt, and they corrupt in the people, then now you got a judgment is going to be rendered amongst you. But it had to take hundreds of years, right? As in the case of Abraham getting the covenant told to him, he had to wait X amount of time before his offspring could go in and take the land, because the Amorites are given time according to some kind of divine protocol to repent, but they didn't. So here it says, he poured the ashes of affliction on his head, the dust of groveling on his skull. For clothing, he put on loincloth, right? And if you read here at the footnotes, you see here at the footnote 53 says this amounts to a ritual of self-burial, right? 54 footnote says that is, he remains barely decent, almost a symbolic nakedness. A change of clothes is frequently symbolic. El provides a paradigm for the human institution. Watch this. His skin with a stone he scored, or a flint knife, okay? His side locks with a razor. He gashed cheeks and chin. Now, let's slow down here. We're going to see the same thing happens if we keep going, and we'll see over here on the right side with Anat. Anat, who is considered the consort of Baal, she goes and does the same thing. So let me show you this. Remember, I said that El was known to have a gray beard, right? A big gray beard. He went and he took a flint knife and shaved off the beard to the point where he disfigured his skin, and he gassed his cheeks and his chin. So now when we go and read this here on footnote 55, it says it's a flint or a cutter of stone or wood, right? The translation choice made here affects the interpretation of the following colon. Hence, Elohim on the above approach would be redundant as side whiskers. This in turn has a knock-on effect for interpreting Anat's behavior. 56 says this in the following tricolon, take the description of El's mourning to its ritual culmination. It's a ritual. You see it here. This is what the Canaanites followed after. A slanted depiction of El based on a custom that the Amorites had, that they now influence the Ugaritic scribes to write into the mythos. This is deep. It's deep. I know it's deep. It's deep. Let's keep going. Self-mutilation is a classic expression of grief and guilt. Both emotions are present at funerals. El gouges his skin with the stone. And we see a reference in Job 2:8. He also shaves. What does it say? He shaves and he gouges his skin. The prohibition against these actions, Leviticus 19:27-28 and Deuteronomy 14:1, presuppose that this was hitherto a normal practice, which is in Canaan. An important symbolic aspect may be that to break the skin is to destroy the boundary between self and not self, thus inviting the eruption of chaos. Boundaries must be maintained. See Job 7:5. Cutting of the hair killed it, again reinforcing the sense of sharing in the experience of the dead. And the final colon, cheeks and chin, is translated side whiskers and beard by some, e.g. day more, right? What is this saying, Divine? When I shape up my beard, like I trim off the straggly hairs, or I make it look neat or whatever, I'm not breaking Torah. Anything you see that the Most High is telling the Israelites to do is in direct opposition of what was being done in the land. The only way you know what was being done in the land to juxtapose against the commandment of decree that the patron deity of Israel was given to the adherents was to actually study the customs that was being performed. And sometimes you gotta go outside the text to get that. Now, Job 2:8, you say there's reference there, Deuteronomy 14:1. There's some scriptural elements that help give you some of the picture, but the rest of the puzzles is outside the text. And in order for you to know what customs not to follow, you have to get some source from the people who are doing the customs that's in direct competition of what Yah is telling the Israelites to do and what not to do. Okay. Sorry about that, Mr. Casanova. I'm about to wrap up right now. So let's get to the last point, because I guess he wants to ask a question. No problem. All right. So let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let me get to the next source real quick. Hold on, because some people's falling asleep. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to give y'all some information, man. All right. Nobody showed me this. I never seen this nowhere else, but I thought I'd share it with y'all. All right. Shout out to Cornbread up in here. If y'all still awake, you want me to finish, hit 1. If you want me to finish it, hit 1. All right. If you want me to finish this last part, hit 1. Just let me know. Shout out to Tony O. All right. Hit 1 if you want me to finish this. All right. If y'all enjoying it, you want me to finish it, just hit 1. Okay. Let me know. All right. So like I said, you're not going to see this anywhere else. As far as I know, I don't see nobody teaching this. All right. But I just read a mouthful to you. You can go back, get that resource for free. Check it out for yourself. All right. So, all right. Yo, rocking. Shout out to Kendrick Black in the building. Hebrew Muscle in the building. Tony O. Who else? I don't know who else is in there, but all right. So y'all still with me. All right, cool. All right. This is really surgery, but the patient is getting impatient. So let's work a little faster. All right. So he said, can we cut underneath the neck? You can trim underneath the neck. You should leave some hair there, right? You should leave some hair. It shouldn't be completely bald, right? But you can shape up underneath the neck. You can do that. Okay. And for some brothers, they have to shave because of work or something else. That's different. They're not choosing to just, disannul any importance from this, but certain sacrifices they could do. And the brothers that judge brothers that have to do that, unless you're going to support that brother, he got to do what he has to do until Yah opens up the door for him to have a profession where he does not have to cut his beard. But if you're not going to help that brother, I don't want to hear nothing from you. Simple as that. If you're not putting out no money, if you're not going to say, okay, I'm going to pay your rent and everything else until you're able to find another job that's not going to impede upon your so-called, quote unquote, in legal terms, your religious practices, if you're not opening your mouth to say that, then don't judge that brother. I mean, if you're going to complain, provide a solution afterwards. All right, let's keep going. All right. Now, what's interesting is, before we get into this, you see there on verse 32, it says, you shall rise before the gray-headed and honor the presence of an old man and fear Eloheka, your power, Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. Well, we see this when we just read from the Ugaritic text. Remember, the servant of Baal goes before, El, and is given honor to his gray beard. And when you go into the book of Daniel, you see the Ancient of Days sit on the throne, and he has white woolly hair. This is what we're talking about. Same thing. So you see that you have a play on it, and this is when you get into the language and you start looking at Near Eastern. You start to see these little things there. It pops out like, oh, okay, I see this within the same chapter, right? It says, you shall not shave around the sides of your beard, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. Now we know what that means. And then it goes on to say, you should not make any cuttings in the flesh, because this is ritualistic. What we just saw in the Ugaritic literature. They first shaved the edge of their beard, and then they disfigured. So they shaved the sides of the head, then they disfigured their beard, which means you're cutting it so it doesn't grow. You prevent it from growing. Remember, the purpose of the beard is to create a border. It's deep. It's deep. All right, I'm not going to get into that, but it's to create a border. Even when you get into the language, you see that word border show up, but we're not going to get into that. Let's look at verse 28. It says, you shall not make no cuttings in your flesh. So that cuttings in your flesh is going back to what we see there in verse 27. Tattoo marks as well, you're told not to do, print any marks on you, and there's a reason for that. We're going to read that in 1 second. But also during that time, people will have tattoos on their face, which would prevent the beard from growing. You're not supposed to do that. And they will cut from ear to ear around their cheek, make an incision there for the dead, or cut other parts of their body. We see that particularly, watch this. And it wasn't for the dead, but they made cuttings in the flesh when Eliyahu or Elijah was going against the 450 prophets of Baal, when he told them, call on Baal if he's your power. And they call Baal, didn't respond. Then they started to cut themselves and allowed the blood to flow. That was, again, a Canaanite custom. So a lot of times, if the deity did not hear your appeal, what you would do is that sometimes they will pour out libation, which would be symbolic of you pouring out your soul, emptying yourself so the deity can come and take over. And deities seem to like that. Or you cut yourself physically and you allow your blood to be shed, which you're providing your life force, and you're offering your life force to the deity, which is more valuable than killing a lamb or sheep, or a lamb and sheep, or a goat or ox or something along those lines, right? Follow me. I'm giving you this. Follow me. So if we keep going in verse 27, but on verse 28, so you see these things here, right? You got the side note and the footnotes, right? Let me show you the difference between the two, okay? Let me pull it out. All right. So here, this right here, this X, that is a footnote. This 28, right? That's blue with the underline. This is a side note. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to click on 28 because all of them don't have side notes. And all of them don't have footnotes, right? Like up here, 24 doesn't. 24 don't have a side note or footnote. But when I click on this 28, I want to read this to y'all. And after this, I'm done. And then if you have a few questions, I'll take them. And then I got to go because this is an extremely long session, right? But nonetheless, let's click on this and let's read. This is why I love this Bible. This Bible is excellent. You need to get this Bible. Watch this, right? Let's read this. Make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Lacerating oneself in mourning was a heightened expression of sorrow. Jeremiah 16:6, 41:5. And the Ugaritic Baal cycle, which I just read for y'all, when the chief god Elu, this suffix is indicative of Ugaritic, okay, learns that Baal is dead, he goes into a paroxysms of grief that emphasize the magnitude of the catastrophe. He pours dirt of mourning on his head. Again, this is a more modern translation of that antiquated translation from 1997 that we just read. But I gave that to you because it's free. Okay. Dust of humiliation on his cranium. For clothing, he is covered with a girded garment. We read all of these things in an alternate translation. With a stone, he scratches incisions on his skin. With a razor, he cuts cheeks and chin. So after you shave the hair, then you cut the skin. Am I doing that when I get my shape up? No, sir. He barrels his upper arms, plows his chest like a gardener, harrows his back like a gardener in the valley. And the Akkad legend, professional mourners cut or possibly bruise their skin. An Akkadian text from Ugarit describes persons who lacerate themselves on behalf of a dying righteous person. Tattoo any marks. Unlike the first part of the verse, tattoos are not associated with mourning rites. This is absolutely correct. The use of tattoos is evidence from early in the biblical period. Some Egyptian mummies display them. Many simply feature geometric patterns, but some have portrayals of gods or are the names of gods. They were at times used to mark someone's loyalty to a particular deity. In Mesopotamia, most known tattoos are slave markings. So the tattoo during that period of time is either done as a reminder of the deity that you've covenanted with, that you're worshiping, or it's indicative of slaves. Slaves had different marks printed on them or branded on them so they can show who owns them. Though there are also known examples of priests receiving marks to designate the god they serve, it can therefore be concluded that tattoos are likely banned not just because of what they do to the body, but because of what they communicate about a relationship to a deity. And there's people today that are getting tattoo marks of ancient sigils or other symbols and have no clue what they're putting on their body. They just don't know, right? But is this saying that tattoos in general is wrong, evil, bad? It's not necessarily saying that. Do I advocate for people to get tattoos? Not necessarily. But what I'm saying is when we look at it within this cultural context and saying, if you get a tattoo today, what is the purpose of you getting a tattoo? A lot of people, before they come into this truth, they have tattoos. Does that make them evil, wicked, or something? No, it doesn't mean that, right? If they get into the truth and they say, oh, I'm going to go get a tattoo, that's between them and the patron deity. All I am simply responsible for doing is explaining to them that when they get to this passage, what does it mean in its ancient Near Eastern context, and how does that apply to our contemporary context, which would mean the type of tattoos that they either have, that they should get removed, or what they're planning on getting. That would be a consultation thing, and then they would have to deal with the chief deity. Me personally, I don't have any tattoos, and I don't plan on getting any tattoos. That's me, right? And a lot of it stems from what I'm reading here and being able to understand the overall context. But if somebody chooses to do it, that's between them and their deity. It's not for me, you know what I'm saying, to quote unquote judge them, but I simply will give them the truth and give them the information on this, right? So with that being said, hopefully you'll understand this, what we call the statute of the commandments. Hopefully you understand it that much better. Okay. And we can look at this not just amongst the Canaanites, but other cultures in antiquity as well. But I'm just narrowing it down to this because this is what I specialize in and this is what I share on the channel. All right. So with that, I'm going to stop there. I don't want nobody to say, oh, Divine, you getting your hair cut. Yes, I'm getting my hair cut. Somebody bangs on you. Yes, Cornbread, we try to do innovative scholarship here. We try. Hopefully it catches on and it becomes second nature to our community. But the bottom line, what I'm saying is I'm trying to get y'all to understand that if I'm getting my beard shaped or whatever, I'm not doing no ritualistic practice. I'd have to shave my beard and then cut my skin. I'm not doing that. That's not what I'm doing. So it's really that simple. And now that we say it, I gotta go get shaped up. Hopefully I can get it done later on today. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I put the picture out there. You know, people went crazy over it. I mean, you know, when I do things, I don't do it just to antagonize people. I do it because it has a concrete basis in culture, right? And I know a lot of our people are dogmatic, so a lot of times they get like frazzled and get shaken and disturbed, and that's not why I do it. Sometimes you need that. You need somebody to shake you up, like, yo, wake up, man. Wake up. Sometimes you need that. Sometimes it needs to be raw and direct. Sometimes it needs to be subtle, right? And I try to balance the two. Feel me? So when you see me getting a shape up, I mean, nobody can't say, yo, I'm telling you right now, yo, you breaking the statute, Lord's commandment. That means they don't have understanding of what that says. And we need to make this information common. We do, because we are mishandling the text. You know what I'm saying? Mishandling the text. So with that being said, I'll take 2 questions and then I'm out of here. I would open up the line, but it's late, so I'm not going to do that. I'll next session I'll open up the line. Y'all could call in. I was supposed to have a brother come on today and have a discussion, but I mean, he said he has to work, so it is what it is. Real Judah, yes. So that's an excellent question. And there's a lot of work that I've done and I'm still doing in that area. I'm supposed to be having a debate on somebody in regards to that, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So it's probably going to have to wait until I release my paper at the conference, ISSAJ conference I told you about, before I put all the details in it. But remember in the live stream before, I told you about a morphological calque, syntactical calque, semantic calque. Yeah, the calque, CALQUE, is the key to seeing the relationship between what we say is Hebrew or Israelite culture and Igbo language and Igbo culture, the CALQUE. So yes, I've studied that. Yes, I brought some of that up in a past live stream, but that's what we're talking about. Fam, if you're watching this and you're brand new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. Please, y'all, share this video everywhere. If you're watching it, you enjoy it, hit the thumbs up button and share this video everywhere. I think this information is crucial and critical, and it needs to be disseminated everywhere that our people are at, so that they can get this information, so they can stop just mishandling the text, man. It's not fair. It's not fair, man. And like I said, yes, Upright, you can ask the question. Yes, Minister Maccabi, you can. So Antonio, email me, kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. Let me put it up in here. Okay, send me an email. And those of you, if you're interested in supporting us, our Cash App is up there, $ Divine Prospect, PayPal, paypal.me/purpose to serve, GoFundMe, just look up Kingdom Harbinger, and Patreon. All right, Patreon. Look for Divine Prospect on Patreon. Please pledge. We need 3 more pledges so we can give this package away for free. And then the more pledges we get, the bigger the packages that we give away. You know what I'm saying? So we just ask for your help and your assistance. Thank you to everybody that already donated through the super chat. We appreciate it. But yes, you can ask the question. Dimitri Elder says, is it wrong to smoke weed? That's a great question. I guess I can deal with that another time. I mean, if you're going to use weed, it should be vaporized, right? You shouldn't be rolling up no White Owl and smoking weed. I mean, I used to do that. But it should be vaporized. That's the best way to get everything you need out of the actual chemical itself. But then you have alternatives like CDB oil, and you can vaporize that as well. And it's a variant strain, which is similar to MJ, but it's not MJ, so it doesn't give you the same effects that gets you high, quote unquote. But it's a variant strain that has a lot of medicinal benefits as well. Okay. The Cash App, sis. I'll give you the Cash App. And sometimes that's why I give the PayPal, Cash App, and GoFundMe, because some people are unfamiliar with, the Patreon, and, kind of makes it difficult for them to sign up on it. So there's other ways y'all could give, and I appreciate that. All right. CBD oil. Okay. Which we also know comes from what we call the hemp plant or hemp oil that can be used as well. It is a great. I understand, Chris. Don't worry about it, man. You good. So that is can you drop the link for the NKJV book on here? Yeah, Jordan, I got you. Hold on. Let me get it for you. Yo, the sisters in here is sharp, man. I say a reference. Sister's gonna be like NIV or NKJV, picked it up, found it fast. You know what I'm saying? That intuition is real, brothers. I mean, y'all need to tune into that intuition, man. You know what I'm saying? Sisters, when they give it to you, when they in order, man, I'm telling you, it's nothing like that, bro. But yeah, they quick, they sharp, man. So I'll get it for you real quick, right? Yeah. Let me drop that link in there. You can get the hardcover for $31 or the Kindle version for $14.99 or $15. All right. So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna drop it in you by request. No problem. I got you. Here's the link for it right here. Boom. There it is. All right. Click that link. Order that book. Okay. Don't get the NIV version. All right. Don't get the NIV version. All right. All right. Yo, Mr. Casanova, what you got? You got your question? You gonna miss church tomorrow, man? What's your question? Koi, no. No, because the proposal for the different chapters of Daniel that are written in Aramaic is not the Hasmonean script. A script just reflects a language. Okay, it represents a language. It reflects a language. But languages is complex. Oral languages are complex. Written languages is a little bit easier to deal with. Oral languages is much more complex. So the script doesn't mean anything because the language that the tradition comes from is going to always predate the actual script. The script is just there to record it. So that way it can be used for repository purposes or in order to share with an audience, right? So the Hasmonean script itself is just a script from what we say is the first not the first century, excuse me, during the Hasmonean period when the Hasmonean dynasty was in operation once the Maccabean revolt kicked off against the Greeks. So from my perspective, what I would say was, according to the book of Maccabees, Maccabees says that when the Greeks came in and started to take over, they started to burn all of the texts, right? So what happens is there may have been some portion of the text that existed and some of it did not. So what you have is a phenomenon where the people had to fill in certain areas of the text. And you see this when you do textual criticism. And that's an excellent question you brought up. And when you look into do textual criticism and you see the dialect of Aramaic that's being used, right? You can be able to source it to a particular period of time by looking at the syntax and morphology of the grammar, right? So what I'm saying is there's going to be elements of Daniel that had to be reconstructed and placed into the rewriting of the text, okay? Because certain portions of it may have been lost altogether or, was not remembered fully. So in order to make it a complete sefer or scroll, they had to add portions to it, right? So hopefully that's what you're asking. And where do we give the tithes and offerings today? Upright tithes and offerings? Well, I mean, there's no Levitical priests, right? There's no temple in Jerusalem that's still up there. There's no Levitical priest. So, I mean, what you want, if you want to use that in principle, is to see who did the tithes go to. Offerings is a separate thing, right? Offerings has to do with, grain offering, animal sacrifices and offering, etc., right? But the tithes goes into a storehouse. So it consists of grains and fruits and stuff like that. So that goes to feed the Levites who did not have a home. They were vagabonds and they were nomads and they traveled throughout the land. And if you see them in a bar or an inn somewhere, you got to take them in, right? Because they had no inheritance. They had no inheritance in the land. So also the storehouse was there to feed them because they did not do agriculture, right? And they were not doing husbandry and they were not pastoralists. So the people had to give a portion of what they got. If I have an animal and I need to get grain to give an offering or tithe, I have to trade that animal for somebody that has the grain to give it to the storehouse. But not only did it go to the priest, but it also went to the fatherless, the widows, and the orphans. So principally, tithing should go to nourish the children of Israel today, because we are priests unto the nations. So the scriptures, when it says that, the wealth of sinners is laid up for the righteous, that's what it's talking about. We use that as a resource to sustain ourselves, to continue to demonstrate the shame or the character of the patron deity to the nations, right? So we also take a portion of what we said the tithes is, and it should go to those who are orphans, widows, and fatherless. So if you see that there's a church where people are orphans or widows and they're fatherless, and the church is not giving them anything, but you're giving the church tithes, and tithing, where in the scriptures does it say tithe was money? Can somebody give me a scripture where it said that tithing consisted of money in the Chumash, or the first 5 books? And somebody give me that. If you can show me that tithing is actually coinage, right? Show me where it's there in the text. Okay. So Mr. Casanova says, 1 Timothy 2:5 says there's only one mediator between man and God, but with there being a council and the Most High being over that council, do other people who serve a deity within a council have access to the Most High? So who, when we say the Most High, to us the Most High is Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, even though he's not enthroned in Jerusalem anymore. Okay, he's not on his holy hill anymore, right? And I brought this out when I did the lecture. It's deep. You gotta go back and check it out. So he's not enthroned on the holy hill anymore, right? In Jerusalem, he's not enthroned there on Mount Zion, but he's enthroned in our lab, our heart. So he's enthroned over us, and as long as we have him enthroned on the Most High over our lives, then his sphere of influence is in our lives, right? So he can make some diplomatic moves and make things happen no matter where the children of Israel is anywhere in the world, in any territory governed by any other divine council member and their messengers, right? So when it says the mediator of what? That's the key thing, right? So this is going into New Testament theology, right? And I had to say it like that because everybody here don't subscribe to that. And me, a lot of that needs to be reconstructed, right? And seen from the actual Israelite perspective, right? So when it says that mediator between man and when Shaul was speaking that, Shaul was referring to something in particular, okay? This does not negate the council and the other nations that deal with other members of the council. It just means for that particular purpose, when we read in 1 Timothy, that he is the mediator between what they say is the power and what is, and when he's saying in regards to man, that he's that mediator because he has assumed a role within the council. And his role within the council is at the right hand of Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, because there's several councils, right? There's a council where the L is here, the divine council members are here, and then there's also sub-councils where the divine council members also have their own host. It's deep. So you got divine council members and Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, the Elohim within amongst the Elohim, what we see in Psalms 82. So he's here, he's sitting here, they're here, and then now after that convenes and they dissipate, now these divine council members has their own hosts that they sit and their host is around them. So when you read the text, you have to understand what is going on at what time, right? The text is clear if you understand the language. So when it says that mediator, and I don't want to give up too much for part 4. Part 4, I'm going to try to answer that in part 4. But suffice it to say, if you look at a courtroom, right? In the courtroom, you have a judge, you have a bailiff, but then you also have other officers that's in there, right? The bailiff is there on the right hand, left hand, but the bailiff executes the authority of the judge within the court. You have other officers that may be there, but the bailiff is the chief among the other officers, but he is not the judge. The judge gives him or delegates power and authority to him to execute his will within the court, but there's also a jury there in the court. There's also other officers there in the court. So Yeshua was elevated to the bailiff in what's called the heavenly court. That's why when Paul gives his theology, he said he's above all powers and principalities, and because the right hand of Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh was that messenger, and when Yeshua was adopted, like that right hand that was the messenger, then grasped him, grabbed him, moved him around, did his work and did his thing when he was on the earth. When he died, that right hand lifted him up, and that right hand took him and fused with him on the right hand to become that new messenger of El by way of the avatar Yod He Wafe. So he's sitting there. So he fused with him. There's no pre-existent. That is designed to support the Trinity presupposition. It was fusion. That messenger, the commander of Yahweh of hosts, fusion. When we go and look in the book of Revelation, fusion took place. Because when you read the New Testament, it says, and then he sat. That means he was not always on the right hand. Sometimes that right hand, let your right hand be on the Son of Man. That we said in Psalm chapter 80, verse 17, if I'm not mistaken. That was the right hand, which the spirit that was upon David and moved him about. When we go on Ezekiel, Ezekiel said the spirit of the Lord came upon me and then it had a hand. So that means the spirit was also manifested as a hand. So that spirit can manifest as an entity, as a messenger, but it had the name of Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh in him. So El was speaking from here, ventriloquist, got the puppet over here. El speaking here is going through the arm up to the hand, and the hand is executing the will of El here. Right? But the hand is a member of the council that is being controlled by El. And that's Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh. The council members saw this as just one of the many council members. And we even see it in the Ugaritic text that I brought out in the lecture that Yod-Wav, or which is shortened form of Yod-Heh-Wav, which is the shortened form of Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh, was called the son of El. And he was one of the council members. It's deep. It's not until you get into Israelite culture that you understand who this Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh character is and how he connects to El. He's the hand of El. And the arm connects to the hand and moves it about. But he has to do it at a distance, right? Because he's doing reconnaissance amongst the council. It's deep. Let me stop there. This is deep. It's deep. Let me stop here. Let me stop there. Let me stop. All right. Y'all making me give too much away. Let me not give too much away. It's deep. Okay. So I'm done. Any last questions before I go? Let me know. All right. Rodney, that's an excellent question, but I think grain can be brought in as tithes. I mean, tithing is, technically you're not obligated to tithe. There's no Levitical priest that is bringing that into the storehouse. The people who are the ecclesiastical staff of an assembly or church or congregation or body, whatever, if they're telling you to pay tithes, it's optional if you want to do it. There's no requirement for you to do it because they're not Levitical priests. If they do, let them show you their genealogy. And then once they show you the genealogy, tell them to show you where the storehouse is, right? And let them show you the orphans, the widows, and the fatherless that tithing is going to. And they also themselves, if they're really going to stay true to it, they should be vagabonds. They should be staying in other people's houses. They shouldn't have a house. They shouldn't have a car. They shouldn't have an inheritance at all. People should be taking care of them, meaning they should be living with person. If that ecclesiastical staff is really trying to take on the role of the Levites, that's how they need to live. So they got to show you the genealogy of being a Levite. Then they got to live as a Levite live, which is from house to house or house to house. And then they're eating off of the tithing that you bring in, the 10th of your gross income. That should come from the earth, really, right? And then they got to show you where they're dispatching and dispensing this to the fatherless, to the poor, to the widows, and to the orphans. This is how it needs to line up. It's that simple. Okay. All right. So I'm about to go. So knowledge truth, again, that is an old ancient Near Eastern custom. Okay. People ask why in a contemporary sense because we don't know anything about ancient Asian culture. If I told you a lot of the things that people did in ancient Eastern cultures to secure vows and to make covenants, y'all would be bugged out. Why? Because you are displaced and disconnected from the ancient Near Eastern culture. So things are going to sound weird and bugged out to you. And you will interpret it from your contemporary mind in a different light in which they would have understood it and practiced it during their period of time. right? If you want more information on that, maybe you should get the Bible I just showed y'all. Get the Bible. Let's do this. Let me do this. Let me pull this up real quick for y'all. Let me pull it up for y'all. Let me see if I can find this article that I have on that. You know what? Knowledge, email me so I can send you the article on that. There's an article on that, and I'll send it to you so you can actually read it from a scholar in the field and explaining to you how those oaths work and why it was done within its context. All right. Because I'm gonna have to look for it and I can't find it at the moment. Okay, so where Jetson, no updates yet on Orlando. Still plan on being there at the end of January, right? So if anything pops off, is going to be after these so-called holidays, where I'll have a flyer out, and then I'll give y'all the details. You'll have at least 30 days before I get there, so y'all can prepare. All right. Shout out to Mac Ados Lee in the building. Slow Flow the God. Where the link for the Bible? I put it in the chat, but I will put it there again for you, my brother. No problem. All right, here it is. This is the link for the cultural backgrounds. Again, hit subscribe if you're brand new. Hit that bell notification. Click all so you can get all the notification when we go live, when we upload videos. Hit that thumbs up button. Okay, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Share this video everywhere. And again, support our Patreon. Go to our Patreon, look up Divine Prospect and pledge whatever you can, family. We appreciate it. All right. Okay, so Tony O, who are the sons of God in Genesis who marries the women in the Ugaritic? It's great that you asked that. Those sons of God that you see there would be considered the awakened ones. You know, you see that word watcher in the book of Daniel, it literally means awakened one. It's deep. I was going to touch on that in part 4, but I don't, because that's a side note and requires some explanation. But the watchers are equivalent to Michael, Raphael, Uriel. They're considered the awakened ones. Okay. You're going to say awakened from what? That's a great question. So they are a class of messengers, right? That can manifest as humans. They're not real humans, but they can manifest as humans. It's deep. And then they can intercourse with women. It's deep. I'm not going to get into all of that right now, but they are a subclass underneath the divine council, right? They're not part of the divine council, but they're under the divine council. And then they have ranks amongst themselves. All right. And you'll see Azazel. He's in Leviticus chapter 16. The word scapegoat is not there in Hebrew. It's an actual proper noun for a entity's name, Azazel. In the book of Enoch, you know, the saying goes, ascribe all sin to Azazel. That's why they send a goat. That's why they put all the sins on the goat. Send them out to the east of Jerusalem, because that's where it's believed that Azazel is buried under complete, he's called the rugged one of El, under a bunch of rocks and everlasting chains in a pit of darkness until he gets judged, right? Was Virgin Mary a virgin? Was she a virgin? You talking about when she gave birth? Because watch this. And I mean, the only way that this could be possible is do artificial insemination. But if you artificially inseminate a virgin, right? A virgin, and they give birth to a child, Is the hymen broken? Yes or no? I would like to know the answer to that. Because the only way to really test that is inseminating a virgin with sperm. That's the first thing. I'm just going to put that out there. It's interesting, right? But was Mary a virgin when she conceived Yeshua Bar Yosef? No. She had intercourse and gave birth to a child. You know, like I said, I lectured on this as well, and I gave more information on it, but no. Okay, Lilith, this is the last thing I'm going to take. So the Lilith doctrine, that comes from the Zohar, right? Again, even the word Lilith is really a night owl or some kind of night creature. That's where we find the actual word there in the book of Isaiah, but it's found nowhere in the Chumash. That word doesn't exist in the Chumash, which means that it was a later interpretation and interpolation that's eisegeted, into the actual book of Genesis and mystic teachings, right? So that comes from out of the Zohar. And the Zohar is a much later work. We don't find any lineage or pedigree of the Zohar in antiquity. When I say antiquity, I'm talking about prior to 1 AD. Okay. So, I mean, that Lilith doctrine is something that is used. Like now, if you're going to ask me, does succubus and incubus exist as entities? That's a totally different conversation. I would say that there are ontological beings out there that do delve and interact in that level. When I was a Christian, I dealt heavily with that as far as teaching it and helping people with that. When I transitioned to being an Israelite, I understood why these things were happening. I didn't just understand it, I understand why it's happening. So when I do my lecture on demons, I'll show you what the Shadim are, right? You can find the Shadim in other cultures, right? The Shadim did exist, but the Shadim really, the protecting spirits, when you disturb the dead, that's when you activate the Shadim that then afflicts you, right? When you disturb the dead. That's why Torah teaches you not to disturb the dead, right? Because then the Shadim would then attack you for disturbing the dead, which they are covenant with protecting. Is deep. All right. So I'm gonna fall back from there. John A said, was astrology and voodoo used in the Bible? Astrology is not used in the Bible. The Bible does make reference to astronomy, not astrology. That's not in the Bible. There's New Agers that interpret the Bible through an astrological lens, but anybody that does work in that field will tell you that's a pseudoscience. It doesn't belong in the Bible, right? Within the Iron Age context, it just fails to. Now, did astrology exist during that time? Yes, there was astrologers, and you would have them in the Chaldean priests of Babylon would be your astrologers. But the elements that was communicated from Yod-Heh-Wav-Heh to the prophets to leave behind, and the scribes leave behind for the edification of the children of Israel, was that connected in any way to astrology? No, right? Can you discern astrology by using the text? Yes. And there's people that have done that and pretty well, but that is two things that are disconnected. They're within the Iron Age context, they're not connected. Right, that's a later thing that people connect. Okay, and as far as voodoo, you'll see a lot of similarities between voodoo or voodoo and the pre-Islamic ancient Israelite culture that's performed by the priests. So a lot of similarities, a lot. And my expertise or my preference is examining and studying the Igbo and Odenani, right? Now, in the process, I do look at other sister cultures and stuff as well. But the reason why I study Igbo, because they have the most well-preserved pre-Islamic ancient Israelite culture amongst any of the peoples in West Africa, right? So if you want the most preserved form, because I told you there's three ways to validate ancient Israelite culture. It's through the scriptures, through archaeology, and through a living culture. A living culture, archaeology, and the scriptures. Three witnesses that I use to triangulate and reconstruct and restore ancient Israelite culture. You need to use all three witnesses. It's an interdisciplinary study and approach that undertake in order to be able to understand the things that I say to you, right? And again, I'll probably, lecture on my methodology in regards to that sometime in the future, but I use these things all the time, right? As y'all can see. John A's crazy. So hopefully this helps y'all. How do you understand the meaning of the fourth generation in Genesis 15:16? So Antonio, I have already addressed that in a lecture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the link for that lecture in the chat, and you can check it out for yourself, and hopefully it helps you. Okay. What just happened? Why did I just get kicked out of YouTube? That is weird. Why did I get kicked out of YouTube? I don't know what's going on. That's really strange right there. Anyway, that right there, that's the video. So Antonio, click on that video, okay? All right. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to go because it's late. We've been on here for over 2 hours. I'm tired. I need to get some rest. Yeah, I got kicked out of YouTube too, so I don't know what's going on. But I want to give a sincere thank you to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate it, and I got kicked out of. This is crazy. I got kicked out of my Gmail as well. I don't know what's going on, man. Anyway, I want to thank all of y'all for joining in. I hope y'all enjoyed this session. Make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up to like. Also, share this video everywhere. Thank you guys for your super chat donations. Thank you for the new pledgers that we got for Patreon. We just need really one more pledge, and this is going to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for being unselfish and selfless and wanting other people to succeed as well. So I truly respect that from y'all, and I appreciate that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, Chris. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, facts, Johnny. So I don't know what's going on. Shout out to Keelan Walker in the building. Yeah, I don't know. I got kicked out. So what I'm gonna do also is all my live streams, I'm gonna download all of them and archive them. Because December 10th, there's an update to YouTube's policies, and where the rumor mill is saying that they have the ability to delete videos and delete channels, right? So I do my best to abide by all the guidelines so I can continue to provide y'all with this content on this channel, but that can be changed anytime because I don't own the platform, right? I don't own the platform. So it's owned by YouTube, and they could do whatever they want with their own platform, right? So I just need to make sure that this stuff is archived in the event that if my channel gets deleted, I can still disseminate this information on other means like Vimeo and places like that, right? But yeah, I'm gonna take care of that, and I'm gonna do that. So Antonio says he doesn't see the link. The link is right up there. Just scroll up, and so Antonio, it's up there. Scroll up. Look for my comment right above, right? Anna Israel said, "What's the name of the Bible? Which Bible you talking about? The one that I was showing y'all earlier? That's called the Cultural Background Study Bible. I'm gonna post the link again in here for y'all. Right here it is. I agree, Jordan. You're right. When it gets to that point, I will be doing that as well. Okay, I definitely will be doing that as well. Yeah, facts, Shanae. So that's the link right there for that Bible. All right. Hopefully that'll help. Okay. I agree. We got to put KHM content everywhere. 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 Yeah, Seth, you could do that. I mean, y'all can download, videos of this and archive it. I have no problem with that. I mean, it is what it is. As long as you don't chop it and screw it and do something stupid with it. Other than that, I have no problem with that. I would like this information to be everywhere, man. I mean, to be honest with you, it's just a lot of work, man. A lot of work. And I'm just one person. I got a small team. I'm one person. So it's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. So we can definitely use y'all help. So if you don't want to be a member, email us, put membership in the subject line, and let's bring you on board. All right. All right, family. So hit 2 if you want a last minute shout out. Hit 2 if you want a last minute shout out. All right. Hit 2 if you want a last minute shout out, and I'm out of here, man. Want the world to know who's behind the success of KHM, and it's all of y'all that are watching this video at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning, man. All right. Shout out to Dale H in the building, Yane Dezell in the building, Dimitri Elder in the building, Coy Walker in the building, Get Wise in the building, Brother Yehudi Ya in the building, Jetson Silencio in the building. All right. Who else want to shout out, man? Let me know. Let's go. Who else? Anybody else? Well, that's it. Wilderness of Judah, Mr. Casanova, 1911. Is that everybody? John A. Dizelle. All right, so I guess that's everybody. So anytime, Seth Moyana. I mean, I'm a servant. I'm here to serve y'all. Benjamin Israel, Anna Israel. So thank you, family, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this segment. I also got a new camera as well. I got the Razer Keo. It's a brand new camera. It has a ring light on it as well. It streams 1080p at 30 frames per second and 720 at 60 frames per second. I still have my Brio 4K Logitech webcam as well, but I'm gonna use that with my laptop. So I'm gonna keep this one here. I mean, I think the quality is pretty good, so I'm gonna keep that here. And I still have the Siren X microphone that was giving me problems before, but everything's working out now. I got the Razer Nomo speakers here with the RGB lighting on them. You know what I'm saying? And I got a 27-inch Dell monitor and other little gadgets and devices and stuff like that. So, but with that says, yes, Janae, I got you. Just hit me up. I got you, Janae. Just hit me up. All right. All right. By hearing by, sis. Shalom to you as well. Sure, I got you, Janae. No problem. I got you. Stacks. Try the Shure SM7B mic. I heard that's a really good podcasting mic, so I'll look into that. The Siren X is not too bad as well. I mean, it's a really decent, especially for the price. It's $100. The Shure is going to be a little bit more expensive than this, but I mean, it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got y'all support. So if I need it, I'll get it. All right. All right, family. So let your brother go, man. Let me go handle business, man. So peace and shalom to your family. Until we meet again next time, man. Hold your head. I'm here for y'all. If you need me, email me at kingdomharbinger@gmail.com. I see what I could do. Like I said, we have services that you can make money if you need to make money. If you need to get rid of debt or get your health in order, we got you. Just holler at us. You know what I'm saying? We'll take care of you. All right. So love you, family, man. Till I see you next time. Peace and shalom, family.